Hey guys, and welcome to New Game Plus Season 2, Episode number 2. If you're just joining in for the first time, I apologize, you're going to be a little bit lost, but try and stick with it and hopefully have a little bit of fun. Last week, the team went down deep into the mines of the Coldstone Mountains, where they kind of learned how to dig. And some of them showed interest. Aramil, for sure, was definitely learning how to dig pretty well. Locke and Owen showed interest, and everybody was getting pretty good at it, except Roa, who sat in the corner awkwardly pretending to pickaxe until eventually she just walked away and explored more. During her exploration, she met up with Finan at the top, who showed her a fancy stone that he had and where he got it from, which seems to be directly underneath the large tree that is positioned at the top of the mountain. The area inside had runes and depictions all over the walls that Annika was able to recognize. Not Annika, sorry. That's the freaking habit. Roa happened to recognize. It's been 2 weeks, guys. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks of one game. All right. Happened to realize that it represented Keelan. She wasn't able to decipher much more than that, but this seemed to be some sort of old depictions of something, maybe perhaps the history of something involving Keelan. Afterwards, Fina started acting strangely about the gemstone that he had, and she sort of just sauntered away awkwardly. During which time, Aramil decided that the fastest way to dig through said tunneling and mining was to use the Quake spell at 3rd level. That pretty much shook the entire place, ripped it apart, and opened a way into a fossilized area filled with very, very strange skeletons that had living relatives that came to attack. So during the last session, we made it about halfway through a fight with several terravores, which are large lamprey-like creatures that shoot through the earth and attack people ahead of them with big, giant, gaping maws. So, the last thing that happened was during the combat, as we were getting our butts kicked and kicking butt, hand in hand, Manny showed up and cut one of the beasts that was on fire down. We're at the top of the order with Roa. As Manny says, "Sorry, mate."
I'm pretty sure I had a plan, but I don't remember what it was.
I know 2 weeks of a different RPG, and then not this one sort of throws you off.
Yeah, I need healing, so I think that was probably my plan. Roa sees Manny, starts purring, and the healing energy of her purrs restores.
The healing energy of her purs. Yeah, we're gonna
supposedly purring actually causes healing, like bone growth.
That's really awkward.
So I'm gonna spend 62 MP to regain all of my health.
Oh my god, what have I done? That's so much healing. Okay.
You gave her a use for her MP.
Yeah, I know. She just.
No, I didn't have any.
That is the
good
ultimate
spells
healing spell
before.
in the game. She's way too low level to have that, but it's fine. Is that the maximum amount of MP you're allowed to spend as well?
Unless you changed it.
You're making
yeah.
sure it's like 30%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We good.
Okay. Cool.
Right, so that I assume is
Manny
my
looks
action.
on and seeing you purr, and then just like this strange glow comes about you, and your wounds just seal up. And as he looks at you, and he's like wide-eyed, with his scales sort of glistening and glowing in the area around him, he's just like sort of mumbles to himself, like impressed, obviously impressed look on his face.
And then I conceal my presence and stay very still somewhere, as per usual.
As per usual. All right, so that is going to put us at a terravor's turn. The ground begins to quake.
Of course it does.
But that's okay, because he's still taking 14 damage per turn.
Have we established what affinity these things are yet?
I would assume Earth.
Probably. We haven't gotten any scans off, have we?
No, but they're also level 50, so I can't scan them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're a little too high.
I tried.
Okay, so the ground starts to shake. I have to remember what their abilities do. Okay, I need a willpower check from everybody. Including Minetta.
This one was.
Yeah.
It's.
Nat 20!
There you go.
What's the? Is it wisdom? Is that the one for this one? Or what's the?
What?
Where am I looking for this?
It's willpower. It's in the.
Oh, there's will. I was looking at the wrong side of the sheet. That's my fault.
Okay. So Manny, the ground starts shaking. You see Manny's immediately just completely destroyed by this and very confused about everything that's going on. The rest of you, I have a success for Roa and a success for Aramil.
You have sex for Aramil.
I have sex for Aramil, but I've got a failure for Owen, and I assume Locke is at the top. So failure for both of you guys. So that's going to be a -10, I believe.
You said 20 last time.
Or is it 20? Let me go check. Yes.
I mean, no, you said 10.
Attack, maybe reduce. Yeah, 20 for the duration of D4. 2 rounds. He will be doing that. And everybody takes 5 points of true damage.
Even me?
Yes, it automatically deals with damage because the ground is tremoring at such a high frequency.
Can I take 5 points of false damage?
Yes, as long as you take 5 points of damage, you're Gucci. All right. So that's turn. So Locke. They're currently underground. But you have a lock on all 3 of them. You're completely aware of where they are. You see, with your eyes, you can just sort of see your own blood or feel your own blood deep beneath the ground, probably like 10 or 20 feet straight down below you. You see this just vibrating. It's got like, it's almost like it's stuck tendrils out and it's just vibrating the earth.
Okay. I'm gonna pop Bloodburst on. Well, actually, so I can't pain them without direct sight, right?
Yeah, you need to see them. It has to be a target within your vision.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, the one that's currently tremoring, I'm going to pop a Bloodburst on.
Okay.
So 10% of his max health.
I believe he only has 1 mark, correct?
I think they all only have 1, yeah.
No, one of them has 2.
Oh, sorry, and they get a Whiz Mad versus Fortitude.
2.
So. To resist.
Oh, to resist it?
Is it Fortitude? Or is it? Yeah.
Should be on there.
It's really high.
Oh, what you're doing is really high?
Yeah.
Okay. Make the roll.
But
with a critical failure? Yeah. Even with a critical failure, though, like, yeah, it was still higher than he could have possibly rolled.
Right, it was still an automatic failure, so...
but with the exception of rolling a critical failure, yeah. Bloodburst, 10% of max HP?
Yeah.
Okay. His max HP is here. Oh, that hurt. You watch as he starts underground. He needs to make a willpower check, or he is going to lose. Yep. The tremoring stops.
I'm blast fishing.
The tremor stops, guys.
Yay!
So on your turn, you just need to make a no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine on your turn. Cool. That was different. You can't even use it again. Awesome. So that's gonna bring us to Owen.
Guess what? King defensive stance for 3 rounds.
Oh, you already rolled for it.
Yeah, because I knew that it was ending. Like, I remember I had it, but I was like, my next turn I had to redo it, so I'm starting with it. But that's mine. So whoever's next.
Okay. After that, Terravore bursts from the ground and immediately tries to latch on to Manny's foot. That is a 13. So that is... Gosh, I need to get this off my phone. Okay. Manny rolls his dodge. which is...
Does he have dodge?
Everybody has some dodge. His evasion is 29.
Oh my god. Is that less than Aramel's?
Probably. 89. He rolled an 18. So that's a total of 47. And his total is 151. So he takes 10 points of damage because of the true damage. So this thing latches onto his foot, and it just like stops as it's trying to like rip it, and man, he just kind of kicks without barely feeling anything. And the thing just like goes back into the ground, just curls back over itself into the ground. Okay. Good stuff. That's going to bring us at Airmill's turn.
Ah, yes. Where I will be doing the most sophisticated thing possible. Casting Hellfire Sentinel on myself.
Didn't you already have one? Like,
Oh my gosh. Do I? I don't remember.
Sorry.
I thought he used it up at the end. I thought he got hit and pooped.
I think I did.
I feel like maybe I got one at some point, but that could have been
You all
a.
have one on right now.
I think I.
We have what on?
I don't remember. I don't think I ever gave Locke
A
one,
Hellfire
did
Sentinel.
Oh yeah, I don't ever get a Hellfire Sentinel.
Yeah, he doesn't give one to you because you're not gonna
You
die.
know,
Because I always have pain up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true,
you
it's true, true. Cool, so that was Aramil's turn as he casts Hellfire Sentinel. And another one emerges from the ground and latches itself onto... Oh, it needs to roll a perception check. Doesn't see you, so it's going to do... Owen.
Yay! So I gotta remember my dodge.
That's an 86 at you.
Flipping dodge is... What's my dodge? D20 plus dexterity or
Evasion.
evasion. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
64.
64, so it does hit you. What's your
so
defense?
64 plus my defense. Let me pull up the calculator so I can get the numbers faster. 64 plus. That is hella wrong. It did multiply instead of addition. 146.
Alright, you take 10 points of damage.
How much did that block?
I believe it blocked 12.
Okay.
Alright. We are back at Roa's turn as that one cuts through the air and attempts to take a chunk out of Owen. Owen just sits there completely stalwart, just like Manny does. Gives him a little nod. Then he's like, alright. Alright. Look at you guys. We got healing and defense. Replace everything that I did. Alright. as he curls back into the ground. Ro.
So since it's the beginning of a new session, Roa kind of closes her eyes and concentrates really hard, and suddenly becomes
Hex.
way more wise than she was before.
Gosh. Okay, that's...
Alright, wise guy.
So,
Is this your fourth time using this?
yes, it is. Bear with me while I update my stats and then remind myself what to roll. So, I tap into the mind of Amira and D10. Okay. 2 again. God damn it. So I get 2 times my wisdom stat for 1 round.
I think that was 1 round last time too.
This is exactly what happened last time, and then I think I
You
used
can
my
do the
reroll,
reroll
so
for
that's
number
what
of
I'm gonna
rounds.
do. 6 rounds. 2 times wisdom for 6 rounds.
Alright.
This is garbage, guys. 2 times is not going to be enough. Okay, so
And
that's
it's
that.
still good.
It's
Not
Not
nearly
great.
as good as it could be, though.
no, and it's not great for. All right, so I do that, and then is that my action? I always forget.
No, it's a free action.
Okay, so and then are any of them above ground right now?
No, not currently.
That's latched on a what's his butt? Or are they just not actually latched on?
No, I said he kicked it and it went back underground, curled back into the
Okay.
earth.
And then from last time, did I wind up cursing all of them? I can't remember.
One of the ones that is currently up is currently cursed.
So I did not curse all of them.
Yeah, you cursed both
No.
the dead ones.
You
I think.
cursed both of the dead ones and this one.
How many are there? 5?
There's 5.
Okay, so Roa's just I'm gonna hold my action until I see one, and then I'm gonna try to curse it.
Okay. Held action until for curse. Cool. The one underground is stunned and will not be taking its turn because it is completely unaware of what's happening. Locke, it's your turn.
Return!
It vibrates for the amount of time that it vibrates, and you interrupted that by like destroying its vibrating sack inside. Not vibrating sack, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Whoa!
Wait a second, how do these guys work?
Yeah. Nah, you just
Alright, guys, aim for the
Cause some
sack.
internal
That's
damage.
what we've learned.
aim for the sack.
Right in the sack. Alright, let me see what I got. I probably need to hold action because none of them are visible here still, right?
Currently they are all underground, but you can tell where both of the ones that you haven't, other than the one that you already did the bloodburst on, you can tell what the other 2 are. They're just swimming through the earth right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold until I can see one to. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna ready pain for the next one that comes out.
Okay, holding pain. All right, that is going to put us on Owen's turn.
I'll do a mark for this. Have one tried to bite me, so is there like a hole like where it turned around on itself and dug back down?
Yes, there is.
Just to try this, I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna turn into my dog form.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna just stick my head right down the hole and do Chaos Fire Breath just straight down through wherever that goes.
What's the range on it?
It says 15 feet, so I don't know if it's within 15 feet.
It's a 15-foot cone, correct?
Yeah, cone attack, 15 foot of Chaos Fire.
Okay, so the cone is 15 feet wide and the range is 15 feet. Can somebody tell me how far that would travel if it was condensed into a 1 foot wide?
Quite a bit further. Like,
Yeah.
you'd probably get double, to be honest. I'm not sure what the actual, but
yeah, that would probably.
Sorry, wait. So what's the cone?
the cone's
it's
15 feet cone.
wide at the end, and then 15 feet forward.
Oh,
And
then
so instead
yeah.
of spraying, it's gonna be one
Yeah,
narrow.
it'd be 225 feet.
225 feet. Everybody make a reflex check. Or what is the dodge for your attack? What is it versus?
Let's see. It says fire effective against all natural affinities. Damage does player level damage per round. Only be extinguished. You don't have any stuff, so I think it's just a dodge. Like it doesn't say verse anything or anything.
Make your attack. Everybody roll evasion.
I mean, my head's in the ground.
Yes, but the tunnels all loop back to where you guys are.
Yeah, I know. All right. So, what do I need to roll for this? So, just I'm reread to make sure.
Well, hold up.
10.
You went straight down that hole. Belay that. Just attack.
All right. So 10 times player level plus whiz magic. So 1d20 plus 140 plus my wisdom here is a 9. And then is just Madge just that 9 still? Just the plus 9? No, Madge is the 5, so plus 5 more.
Yeah.
Actually, never mind. I still have this defense, so it's -5. Nat 20.
What?
Nat 20. Or no, wait. I saw it lying. It's a 14. I had a different. It didn't scroll down for me, so the next thing I saw was a nat 20. I was like, what?
Oh, I got you. But that's 163. Holy
Yeah.
shit. And this is after that worm. It's really good that I changed my opinion on what was going to happen there, geographically speaking. Because that was the hole he just made, so I assume it's fresh.
That was what I was assuming.
Yeah, because if he went straight down the hole, he just zipped right back down. He's only gotten 15 feet, so the chances of him forming up with another tunnel is pretty slim. And even if he is, he probably is just blocking that tunnel. So it should just hit him, and then the flame should come back at you. But you're immune to the fire, so... cool.
Materasu breath.
Just see who you shoot back out of the hole.
Yeah, the fire does like reverberate straight back into his face and make like this big cone of fire that just sort of floods out around him. Just this big, scary blue ass flame. And his evasion is halved because he's in the earth. So that's 31.
I still haven't updated all the dog numbers, but I remember we talked about it, and I was like, as a dog, I can pull that off once.
Yeah. So you did 62 points of damage. Does it automatically ignite with fire or no?
No.
It's on crit, right?
Yeah, on crit it does that.
What's the crit
But
rate?
it 19 to 20, but ignores all defense and fire magic resistance.
Oh, it ignores all defense.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the
I was
thing.
like, wait a
I knew
minute.
it was really scary. I just didn't remember why. Yeah, no, you did 132 damage.
132 damage. Nice.
So
Too bad this one's not damage based.
yeah. It's 205, and that's 137. Ouch.
That's all I got.
Also, hey Schneider, hey Nikita, hey Aries.
Hey everybody.
Oh yeah, I saw Pneumonica. Yeah, hey Pneumonica. Hey guys. Cool. Yeah, so the pains. That hurt really bad. I'm kind of like feeling the pain. Another one launches out of the ground and goes straight for your head. You son of a bitch. Yeah, it completely misses your head, hits you in the shoulder, and as long as you don't roll a critical failure, you're going to take 10 points of damage as it continues coasting past you, dealing an additional amount of damage to your armor. By the way, everybody that's been hit, your armor has taken additional damage.
I just don't remember my numbers. 49. Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 59.
Oh,
Heh. Joke's on you, what armor?
So my defense is 141. Unless it rolled a 1 and I'm just taking flat 10.
yeah, you're just taking a flat 10. Yeah, 59.
I just wanted
yeah.
to know for defensive.
It defended, you rolled a 59. Math is not working for me. It's 23.
23, got it.
Okay. Wait, where's the thing? I don't have the spot that said that it does additional damage to your armor written down on this. Why is that?
I thought they had a skill that did bigger art damage.
Every time it hits you, it's supposed to
Okay.
it's supposed to take more damage off your armor. Yeah. But it hit you, didn't do damage, so it's just gonna do it was doing what, 20, 40 before?
20. It was
Yeah.
like 20 damage. Or I had a marker on mine for like getting hit, but you didn't do it to us every time, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, pretty much every time you guys hit, it's tearing up your armor.
Because like last time I have a minus 40 total for my.
Yeah. So if it just hits you and it doesn't actually damage you with the exception of the true damage, then it just does 5. Otherwise, it's gonna do 20. That's what we're gonna do from now on. So even if it just touches you, 5. If it does damage beyond 10 damage, then it's gonna do 20. Okay. For some reason, I either deleted that last time on accident, or I don't know where it is. So, okay. So that one leapt out of the ground, attacked Owen, and Locke, you have pain activates on it.
Yup. I guess so.
Yeah, that you held your action to do so. Oh, actually, that's the other
Yes, I did.
one. That's the other one. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do Manny's turn last time. That's fine. I'll do this time. Okay. So, yeah. That should be Aramel's turn.
Love the confidence. I will cast a Hellfire Sentinel on Owen.
Okay. Do you have 2 Hellfire Sentinels now?
I think so.
I think so too. I don't think you used yours last time.
I haven't. I've been
Wait.
just letting it hit me because I'm
You
gonna
can
level up
stack
the
them,
other skill.
So he's got,
I didn't know you could stack him. Well, how?
so he's got
Now that I know
it
that.
doesn't say on there that you can only have one. If it does, then yeah.
I mean,
Actually, that makes sense that it would be.
One of these days, I'm gonna remember to actually like keep track of getting hit and level up my armor.
Yeah. Cool. So you put another Hellfire Sentinel though, and then you feel the presence lock underneath your feet as a terravore tears through, and comes back at you.
Nice.
Oh God, is it?
It rolled a critical failure, and it flops straight through, misses in the air, and lands prone on the freaking ground. Again.
It's presenting itself for you.
Every time I roll a critical failure, that means that they miss the grip, and so he just falls to the ground.
Locke, it's presenting itself. It wants a
at which point, Manny.
Wants me to target its sack.
At which point, Manny. Let me get to Manny's sheet. Jesus. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
Have I had an opportunity to do my curse yet?
Do your curse.
This one you should, because it's
Thing's
up above the ground.
It's already embarrassed itself, and now it's gonna get cursed.
No, this one would make sense. All the rest of them have been like at our foot and then right back. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a different one on. With paint on
gameplay
there,
speaking,
right?
sure, maybe, but like actual like realistic,
Yeah.
you know. I would argue this was the first one that you actually had a realistic chance to, you know, be like, oh, there it is.
I was gonna say like I've got cat-like
Okay.
reflexes, but then my cat's a dope and like wouldn't notice either. So.
Yeah.
I can just imagine they're popping out. And you're just like trying to hit them, like as they come
Yeah.
out of the ground, like.
So you see Manny. Oh goodness. Oh, where's it at? You see Manny concentrates and his fist ignites with lightning, and he slams down with his fist on this one that is currently prone on the ground. Just his fist. And yeah, that's right. And he does 40 points of damage. Boop, boop, boop. So that's going to put us at Roa's turn.
So I didn't get to curse anything.
Just remind me, I forget what you guys had. So yeah,
Ready.
you cursed the very first thing that popped out of the ground. So make a roll to have that happen from your last turn. That's the same one he did pain on. So yeah, unless you roll lower than a
Okay.
31, you got it.
Okay. Well, my bonus alone is 30.
Yeah,
40.
But you need to not roll a 1, so just roll a d20.
Oh,
You have to do
okay.
the math.
58.
Yeah, so he's cursed.
Okay. So then for my actual turn, are any of them actually above the ground right now?
There's one currently prone that Manny just punched the crap out of.
Okay, let me. It's an 89. Match 10 plus wisdom. Yeah, the ×2 wisdom does jack shit for me. So I'm gonna go in with my dagger. And so my presence is concealed. It can roll to notice me if it wants, but I'm gonna go in for a sneak attack and seeking strike. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I'll see if it sees you, and it does not.
Okay.
This poor fucker. This is one on the ground. Oh boy.
By the way,
102.
badass dagger, badassness.
Yeah, I'll save it for.
Okay. So it gets to roll 7 plus its defense, so that is a total of 84. So
It does ignore seeking strike. Ignores stuff.
source
plus
5
the-
or 10.
Um,
Piercing strike ignores.
Ignores 10 evasion.
It has 0 evasion. It's on the ground.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. And then just the curse.
Okay. Okay. The curse is -5, right? Or is your curse improved now?
I think you said I think you retconned it last time and said that she leveled it up. I thought
I think she.
you were like, oh no, that should be leveled by now.
No,
And then
well, no, I
you just
retconned
decided it's
that
leveled.
casting.
He
it
just
counts.
added counts to it, but it still
'Cause
isn't
every
enough
time
to
you
level.
cast it'll get a point instead of every time it succeeds.
Okay.
That's what I did.
I thought you said it should be leveled now, so here it's leveled.
So,
He just gave me 20 uses, but that I'm still 20. I'm still
yeah.
15
So
short.
You did
so.
18 points of damage to that guy.
Well, fuck.
Yeah, they have really
I
high.
I conceal my presence and go very,
You
very
get a
still
second
again.
attack.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay, well-
if you don't get 3, I'm pretty sure you just get 2, but.
Hang on.
Are you not up to 3? You should be up to 3. I'm up to 3. I'm pretty sure you're
No,
up to
I-
She
3.
gets
No, I
she
just
gets
get
increased
2.
critical range
Yeah.
every
okay.
other time, whereas you
Yeah.
get just increased a number of attacks. So you basically just berserk.
I still
Right, I
have
just-
one attack in the same crit range, so there.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you
so
just-
can-
for
Yeah.
I can also produce god weapons.
yeah, right.
so the first one I slash in, and the second one I come in with my badass dagger of badassness.
Okay, badass dagger, badassness.
So how
it
does this
automatically hit?
Okay.
But it does have its own damage. Its
Isn't
own
it-
attack,
I just-
which is like 20 or something.
What, the
'Cause
dagger?
and are you able to use it properly?
I don't know what you mean.
I just know that the dagger was a D100.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's
I've-
the additional damage.
Oh.
It, still
It just
does
says
its dagger
damage is D100. Can only be used once per combat. That's it.
Oh, yeah. It also. What level did I say it was?
I have no idea because
I thought you
on my
said it was
sheet.
level 25.
I
but
think I said
could
it
be,
was
I
level
could be
25
completely
as well. What level is your dagger skill?
My dagger skill is level 3.
Level
Yes.
3? Okay, yeah. Yeah. So the badass dagger of badassness can only be used once per session, or once per combat, to use its big plus 100 bonus. But as a dagger, it's still plus 30.
Okay. So you're saying I roll a D100 plus 30?
You
Or
no,
what?
You do your normal dagger attack. Its attack
Okay.
on it is 30,
Okay.
and if it lands, it automatically does the 100 damage,
Okay.
or the D100 damage on top of whatever damage it does as a dagger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So then
Sure.
afterward, you could use it as a dagger for a D20 plus 30 as just a dagger.
Excuse me.
Right.
Sure. But I'm
But no, but the point is as you strike, you make your attack roll.
okay.
But the weapon's attack is 30. Every weapon has its own ATK. So like a normal dagger is like 10 or 5 or something. The attack on this dagger is 30. So when you do your attack, you do your dagger skill plus weapon skill plus dexterity.
I have not been using weapon attacks at all in my configurations this entire game.
You're
What?
so much more badass.
Yes, you
It's not
have.
No, I haven't. It's not figured
Imagine
into my.
all the heads you could have decapitated.
Are you seriously just doing the same thing for every dagger?
Yeah, I mean, because the daggers have different abilities. Like
No,
the Wolfsbane one has
woman.
a skill slot and stuff.
Yeah, the Wolfsbane one also has higher attack.
It does. I see that now, but it's not. It's just not figured into the formula, so it doesn't.
Okay.
That's why last session it took me so long to figure out the other punch thing, is because I was trying to calculate the different attack values.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Into the
attack
rolls,
on the
too.
Wolfsbane dagger.
Oops. Well,
Yeah, it looks
I'm
like you
gonna.
just broke it out to the side as attack 15. What?
Yeah, it wasn't figured into the formulas. So like the attack's on my sheet, but it didn't get added
Oh yeah,
in
the
to
issue
like.
is that you really broke it down a lot. You broke the weapons down like to the point where I have a hard time trying to figure out what you were doing there.
Well, you'll get stronger now.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
also-
leave it. So I don't know what do I roll right now? What do I roll?
You roll your normal thing plus 30, your normal dagger attack skill plus 30. How have you not learned this game by now?
Because it's a really complicated game and it's not the only game I'm playing and I
Oh,
still have a
gosh.
life.
Okay, yeah, add 30 to
I
your
don't
roll.
have a life.
Well, okay, but so this is another Seeking Strike, but I'm only going to add 15 because the other dagger is 15 and that is now figured into my thing. So these should be the right numbers now, I guess. And I rolled
Oh
a nat.
no.
And you missed it.
So
and
none
you
of
stabbed
that
the ground.
matters anyway. I completely miss and nothing happens. Even though you said it was an automatic hit because it's a prone.
No, I mean, not if you roll a critical failure.
Okay.
It wiggles out of the way. I'm saying it has no
Okay.
evasion. Like,
All right. Well, I'm gonna figure out my sheet, and once again, I conceal my presence and hide for the rest of the round.
okay. Well. Terravore moves out of the ground and attacks Aramel for that is a crit. You're just gonna use your Hellfire Sentinel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much damage is
He's
that?
like, no.
How much damage is that?
Mag 5 plus risk damage. If my number is right, I think 49. I'm pretty sure it's 49.
49. Oh, okay. That's a lot. Okay. As that one launches itself out of the ground, it gets hit by the Hellfire Sentinel, slant on the ground. You see it's continuing to burn in eternal fire, and it squeals off onto the ground and rolls around. It is also prone on the ground. Hellfire Sentinel is the most OP thing here. And technically I should. Close. Oh, no, yeah, still prone on the ground. Whoops. My book. Alright, guys. Having a rough time here. Alright, that's gonna put us at Locke's turn.
Alright, so which one has paint on it? The one that's not on fire that's on the ground?
The one that is... I mean, you can see two of them. One is on the ground, is lit with your mark, and the other one is underground. You're not sure which one has paint on it. There's no mark or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just see which one writhes in pain. Okay, so since I've got pain on, by the way, when I used pain, I had 264 hit points, so that's its max.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for the one that's on fire, and I'm gonna shoot. Well, no, he just got
Is
dealt
this-
a crap ton of damage. I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna do 3 bullets on him.
3 bullets? Alright. So how many points of health is that to the one that's pained?
It would be 30% of my maximum, which is 108.
108.
And then I shall make my little attacks.
Alright.
And there's the one that's on fire. Is there a blood mark on him or no?
There is a mark on him.
Okay.
No, there isn't. Sorry, you expunged his. He used his for Bloodburst.
So 76 to him.
Does this one ignore defense or anything like that, or?
I mean, it's just true damage.
It's true damage if it hits?
Yeah.
Wait. Let me read this skill.
This is versus reflex though.
Versus reflex. Okay.
Yes.
And whatever your attack is just... I need to read this skill. I do. I need to figure out
Yeah,
this skill.
it's attack 30 plus dex attack. My base dex attack is 30. So 30 plus 30 is city.
Your dex... It's plus dex modifier, right? So...
Plus, you said dex attack.
What is dex attack?
My base attack plus my dex. Unless it's my...
Oh
I'm
yeah, you
assuming
also have 80k base, yeah, so, yes.
Yeah, so I have my 14 base and then my
Or I thought I put...
16.
Did I put dex attack instead of dex whiz? Yeah, I guess I did. Okay.
Yeah, but if it was dex whiz, I would love
or
that.
not dex whiz, dex magic attack, but yeah.
If it was dex magic, that'd also be... I mean, it wouldn't matter either way. It's the same thing. But...
Gotcha. Okay, let me go find this ability real quick. Blood bullet. Versus reflex takes 1/10 of your HP and true. I gotcha. Takes 1/10 of your HP and true damage.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
it's the same thing for each one that it fails. So you also still roll a d20 for each one.
Yeah. Which is what I did, right?
So that's yeah. So you got it. Gotcha.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it's
was
a-
just confused.
it's
I
a-
was confused.
It's a reflex check.
I didn't
yeah.
know we were doing a reflex check. I thought it was an attack. So reflex is going to be the one that's on fire you're shooting? Oh, great. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool, so he takes 36 damage.
Okay.
36 true damage.
That also hits. Unless you roll a 1. And the next one will also hit unless you roll a 1.
Alright, so I'm gonna take him one at a time just in case he dies or something. And I need to land a bullet. Okay, cool. So, the reason I rolled the +5 is because now these marked, he's gonna take an extra 5 damage.
Oh, but that doesn't matter for the
Oh,
DC.
yeah, but for the
But
damage,
he
he takes
takes
41.
another, so he takes 41.
So now he has 2 marks.
Yep, okay.
And now he has 3 marks.
Well, he's dead. So.
Wow,
Yeah, well-
I can't
well-
rightly. Was he already? Was he already?
He's
dead
like
at this
writhing and on fire, and you just go. And then he just sits there burning and stops moving after a little.
Okay, but he wasn't dead until the 3rd one, right?
Until the 3rd bullet, he wasn't dead.
Okay, good. So I didn't waste any of that.
You use, yeah, with all the damage you have done to that guy, he finally died. Their
Yay.
total HP is 500.
Wait, was he the one that was pained too?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Phew,
He
so
had just been torn to pieces by Owen.
right on fire and shit.
He's been on fire for like 5 rounds. Alright. Sorry guys, I've been like
Okay.
rolling around.
Oh, and that's the one that
all
I
over the
that's the
place,
one that I blood bursted too. Okay.
having a rough time. Oh yes, and thank you for the tip. That's fantastic. Alright, what's up?
Oh, it's not my turn anymore. Whoever's turn
We're
it
doing
is.
the boosts. So that is a +1 to everybody?
I think it's to one person. All of
To
one
one
person's
person.
stats.
To one
The rest
person.
is set.
Oh, let me go check the thing. Stream elements.
That should help. Thanks.
What was it to redemptions? Owen,
Yeah.
Nice.
+1 to all stats. Look at
Just
that. Look at that.
base. So do. Alright. I'll add all that in. And I just gotta remember to take it away later.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, cool. So
Thanks,
that
Van.
was Locke's turn. Owen, it's
Dragon
your
Ball.
turn. Right before Owen's turn, he gets a little boost. You feel divine inspiration come from some unknown source as you leap into your attack.
We said animal changes were quick. We just couldn't like back and forth in one round, right? Okay.
So it's like your sub action to turn back.
Right. So I'm gonna turn back. So I'm not a scary looking
Yeah,
dog
so you
anymore.
see the scary dog just finishes breathing fire, gets back and starts, like shaking his fur to get the rest of the fire off, and then stands up as a person ready for his next.
And then there's two out on. Well, that one's dead. It's fiery mast. So there's one still above ground.
Oh yeah, the one that tried to attack me, right?
Are they all
there's,
underground?
There's one prone on the ground
Okay.
that just tried to attack Locke and just like slipped on his blood that was like
Got
somehow
it.
pouring into the ground.
I just want to make sure I had it right. That's all.
Just like banana peel slipped straight out onto the ground.
I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? I think I'm just going to attack it. So just regular attack and then demon claw and then the regular attack with the other fist.
Okay.
All right. So just I gotta make sure I get the roll right. So that's what D20 plus the claw damage plus that number minus 5. All right. So first regular attack is 85. Actually, is that a crit?
I don't think your crit range is that far unless it's
I don't think so.
unless there's
Nope.
something specific on the weapon.
Mm-mm. That is just an 85 versus the one.
Versus the one on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. So his evasion is 0, so that is a total of... Which weapon is this?
This is the combustion claw.
Oh, okay. So roll your 3d10, I believe it is.
3d10. That is an 18.
Alright.
And then this would be the demon claw. I'm looking at the old numbers to get all this.
Thanks,
Oh, actually, these numbers are a little low. That number should be a little higher. Fuck. Okay, I can fix that.
Okay,
So
well,
this should be...
so that's 18 to this guy. Alright, you did 8 damage, unless there's something else that you need to change.
Well, that one's fine. I just realized I have a
So you
plus
did
one.
8
So
damage for the first attack.
all right. So the second attack is this guy. If I got this right, regular attack thing looks right. All right. So the second attack is a 97.
97, alright. Alright, so that is 11 points, and roll... What weapon is this?
This is the demon claw thing.
What's its bonus?
My other hand.
Is it just on crit that it does something special right now?
I think it's just on crit range 17 to 20. On crit does stuff.
Otherwise you just need to unlock its potential, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just
Oh,
punching with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't
That
do
was,
itself
11
anything
points of
special.
damage.
And then the last one would be with the combustion claw again. I'll re-roll that.
Of course you will.
74.
74. Combustion claw. It does no straight damage, but go ahead and roll me the 3d10.
3d10. 16.
16. All right. So you see, as is customary when something goes prone, everybody has pretty much just launched themselves on it. Just like you see, Locke just shoots the other one. Owen just gets on this one.
Dog pile!
He's a dog and just leaps over, and right when he's about to bite, he turns into a man and just starts stabbing it with these claws. It's just right after Roa just went and like stabbed it like 6 times or twice with a dagger. And underneath the ground, Locke, you see this thing come up to the edge of the ground and poke its head out, and it sees its buddies just getting stabbed on the ground, and it goes straight back down under the ground and just starts to trail off back into the earth. But you still have him marked. So you can see that he travels about 5 feet, because he can only get so far going backwards, so it only goes like 5 feet back down in the ground. That's going to put us at Aramel's turn.
Oh, I have a genius idea. I think this would be an opportune time to use quick. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna quick. No, you know what time it is. It's Hellfire Sentinel time again.
They're both prone on the ground, and you're going to Hellfire Sentinel instead of just attacking them. There's only two
If
left.
only he had a wind affinity
If only
ability.
he had a wind affinity ability that could tear them to pieces.
Hey, I got this in case one comes at me.
So you see them on the ground, he's like, Hellfire Sentinel.
Preservation.
He's like young Tim.
Do you
Oh
just,
God!
You just stack it onto yourself? Because, like I said, it doesn't say you can't stack them, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say I can't.
Before Aramil goes to bed each night, he casts like 20 Hellfire Sentinel buttons.
No, that boogeyman under the bed can't touch me.
I'm gonna make it, by the way, if you stack them, it just doubles the potency. So
Okay.
it won't intercept 2 attacks, it just doubles the amount of damage they retaliate with.
Okay, that works for me.
Because otherwise you could just block
If
like
you put
50
20 of them on
incoming
yourself.
attacks. Yeah. Look, you have something that's just as breakable as Locke's blood stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I think 800 whatever damage, or 890, 80 damage would be a little bit
I
stronger.
just imagine
900.
go to bed, put 20 on me, like somebody comes in to wake me up the next morning. Ah! I wake up, there's just a perfectly cut in half person just laying on the floor. Oh crap!
Perfectly cut in half and on fire.
Keelan
okay.
goes to like put your hand in some warm water and like campaign over.
Manny grabs his sword and he does a heavy strike on one of the prone ones. Oh, I'm sorry. The only prone one. There's only one left.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it was only one.
Yeah, sorry, the other one scratched out. What is? He still has his base sword, by the way. His first broadsword. It's tattered to hell. And he grabs that and he swings down on the sucker with a heavy hit. That was a really low roll, man. Oh, hold up. No. What? Oh.
Is it bad I thought about stealing from the one that was prone?
Don't steal
Wow.
his sack.
Okay. So that's gonna be. So he's gonna hit this. And it's a heavy hit. Sorry guys, this is really annoying because I'm not used to using your guys' character sheets to find stuff, and his was done the old way. It's gonna be. And your strength modifier is that. And you've got lightning clad. And we get the calculator out. That was a lot of work for not a lot of damage. Okay, he slams into it with his sword and the lightning channels through. And you see the thing just sort of spasm on the ground. And then attempts to retreat back into the ground. And succeeds. so it is slithered back into the ground. Roa, it is your turn. As far as you know, they're still coming.
Is anybody injured?
How
I mean-
injured are you considering injured?
I mean, you know,
I'm down
less
like
than
100.
half.
Not less than half, no.
I'm just under half.
I mean, half of like 10 is,
And by the way,
know,
as it starts to trail off into the ground, you hear.
What's that?
Combustion claw.
Oh. By the way, I meant to do this several sessions ago, and I keep forgetting to actually say it. So can I go ahead and take this moment to change the title on my card back to Beheader? So I can get the bonus on Hindered.
Yes, but that'll be your action for the turn to do so.
That's fine. There's nothing else to do if it's underground, so.
I will always be son of Stellana. I will seduce the terravores.
I wanted to try the other ones out, but Behavior is definitely what I need for fights like this. So, yeah, that is my action, and then I'll just keep waiting for something to pop up.
Okay.
I should see if I can add a drop down to this sheet for an if-then statement, so I can do if father met plus this number
Right.
to wisdom, so it just automatically, whenever I change the titles, like, bloop.
Yeah.
You can actually use if you use a vertical lookup, then you can have it pull from a different table based on whatever your title is, and then apply the bonuses appropriately.
I might have to play with that this evening.
Yeah, vertical
Alrighty.
lookups are fun.
So that's what Roa does. Locke, do you do anything?
Okay, so the one is still 10 feet away, 5 feet away, under the ground.
Terravore. Yeah, it's like 5 feet away under the ground. The other one's just barely retreated in the ground as well.
Okay,
You've
cool.
got a mark on both of them, so. Terravore.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot 2 bullets at each of their holes. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot 2 bullets at each of the holes that they just went into because they exploded at a 10-foot radius.
Oh.
And then I'm going blast fishing again.
Are you shooting? All right. So here's my question: are you making the bullets explode, or are you doing the blood burst on both of the ones that are there?
No, I'm gonna blood burst the bullets
Okay.
because I want to keep the marks on them for now, just in case. Like if they really try to get away, then like you know. But anyway, so I'm gonna use 2 blood bullets, which
Okay.
is what, another 72 damage to whichever one has pain on it.
Yes, it is.
Which
is
only-
yeah. Oh.
That one's dead.
I mean, it could be. Which that's a total of.
No, I just applied the damage to the wrong one.
Oh, okay. That's 180, by the way, total of the 264 for pain, or 284 for pain. No, so. Oh, no, 264. Never mind.
So we're gonna do that. Apply it to that guy instead, because I did apply it to the wrong guy. But that's fine. You guys would
Okay.
kill him anyways, because he was
Yeah,
supposed
so
to
I'm
burn to death.
I'm going blast fishing then. And yeah, so I'm gonna explode both of them, and that is a what is that? Oh, DC 50 Wisdom, Mage, Fortitude. Okay, which is 81. $90 and 94. So I shoot into both their holes and explode the bullets.
Okay.
And then as I explode the bullets, it takes another 40 MP or HP too. So
Okay. Total.
Uh-huh.
So that's 230. And so the attacks against each one is 81. Or 90 and 94.
yeah,
Okay.
versus Fortitude.
Versus Fortitude?
Mhm.
Right. I've got a 52 and a 62. Okay.
Cool.
So,
they both take whatever their 10% is or whatever.
I believe it's Is it 10%?
50. Right? Yeah, because it's just a single mark blood burst because it's just
Right.
a bullet.
Gotcha. So that's gonna be. Okay. Yeah, you hear underneath the ground, and you hear like the small from underneath the earth as they just continue to trail off. You can see him just sort of disappearing into the earth below. Looking around, you see that the rest of the group of dwarves is sitting there already cutting apart and digging through the terravores that they had slain, and laughing and patting each other on the back. So, combat over, guys. That is split 4 ways. You only killed 3, right?
Yes.
750 XP apiece.
I tried to blow him up.
You got close. One of them's down to... Well, hold up. That one's gonna be pained. How much pain do you have left?
I have... Oh gosh, how much do I have?
Quick, hit him!
84... No. I've used 220. So I have 44 left.
How much XP was it?
Yeah, I know. You guys, you still can't kill him.
750.
Because I imagine Locke continues until he starts feeling his own pain, and you don't get the last.
Oh well. 750.
I could prorate you guys. I should prorate you guys. I will.
All right. Well,
For like a minute after that, though, Owen's just like circling around one of the holes, like looking at it, like, come on.
Actually, no. So you guys get 1,000 XP apiece.
oh, okay.
Because I'll prorate the other ones, give you half XP for them, because you half killed them, so you learned more.
Fair.
You got one down, 326, and the other at 280.
Just 10,000 XP to go.
Really? Is it 10,000 more to get to the next level? That doesn't sound right.
What?
I mean, we're pretty high up there now.
No, that's not how the thing's supposed to be.
What do you mean?
It's like
it should be more?
Nah.
Because you said like the way that you have
it's
it
11,000. It's 10,200, and then 11,200.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys just got 1,000 XP.
But
Oh, that is for 15.
XP
okay,
to
you're right.
advance.
So it's 1,200
Yeah.
more. So it's
That's
1,200 more. Or that you got. So it's 10,200 more to this level.
Right.
So, out of the dead ones, are 2 of them flaming masses?
2 of them flaming masses? Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, then I'll start picking through those with my claw or my arm that's, the right affinity to make sure I'm, like, not burning myself.
Right, yeah. Oh, you start... roll a luck check. For what type of metal, because they all have only one thing in them. So.
Let's see.
Well, actually, they might have, if they're not melted completely.
So D100 plus or D20 plus my luck? Which luck
D20
type
plus
do you?
luck.
Okay. Well, sometimes like for some things like
Oh,
D100.
D100? No, not in this case.
Yeah. Okay.
Natural 20 for a 66. Inside of the first one that you reach into, you find a refined bobule of what looks like this completely iridescent, crystal-like, almost crystalline metal.
Okay. I'm just making a note so I remember.
And these things are quite large, and this thing is already refined. Dragosite ingot.
Is that the other one?
That's
or is that the
that's the
just
bobule
in one? Oh, gotcha.
that you got out of it. That's literally the best metal in the game. So.
Okay.
It's made from real dragonites.
It's Dragosite. No, that's it's dragon something.
It's dragon poop. Fossilized
Dragging
dragon
these
poop.
nuts.
Anyways, roll for the other one too.
The other one.
There's Well, actually, there's 3. So if anybody else wants to,
I re-rolled that 8.
oh,
I'll search one of them.
for a 63.
Yeah.
Your choice if you want Orichalcum or another ingot of Dragosite. You're already from the threshold, so.
I'm gonna take another ingot of the Dragosite then.
Yeah.
I searched the other one with my modest 23.
Copper. No, I'm just kidding. No, you.
You'll never catch me, copper.
Yeah, you dig through it and you come out with a pretty sizable chunk of mithril.
As I'm like finished digging through, guys, these are still on fire.
Yeah, everything else is burning away, but the metal that you retrieve from it is great. So.
I'd toss one of them. They'll be like, here you go. It's some metal.
Hmm.
Just
So,
watch it land.
Yeah, Roa just kind of.
I don't have a use for it. I found this.
I guess if nobody else like comes and gets it, she'll just toss it into the item storage along with everything else.
With all your other mithril.
I'm becoming a bit of a hoarder now, so yes.
I mean, it is shiny at least, right?
Yeah,
I mean-
you know, maybe I'll get some nice daggers out of it someday. But
We are in a city of dwarves. I'm
Yeah.
sure that gave them some materials. They'd be like, oh.
So yeah, currently the ingots that you pulled off of them are still on fire, Owen.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like holding them like. It's kind of awkward.
It's like, so it doesn't burn you, but you could feel the heat on the rest of your body, like in your hand.
I'm gonna
Like, and this metal is it's lighter than you'd expect it to be for the size of chunk of metal that it is, but it's still pretty heavy.
I'm gonna kind of carry it over towards the doors and be like, "Is this normal?"
Like you look over at Tonnen, and Tonnen's like, "Holy crap! Not exactly sure what you got there. It looks like Dragosite, but it's on fire. That's surprising.
That it's on fire or that it's Dragosite?
The fact that Dragosite doesn't burn."
Just kind of like trying to put out the flames.
Dragosite is metal that is forged in the belly of a dragon, so of course it is immune to fire.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
It's dragon shit. You were right. So fossilized
It's like-
dragon shit.
It's like dragon ambergris.
Now, is
Just put
the
it
fire
next-
like? Is it staying like fully on fire, or
It's
is it
still
like
on fire.
slowly burning down?
It's very light, but it's still burning. Like it
I mean,
doesn't
no,
seem
no, no,
like
James.
it doesn't seem like it's burning like, but it's like it's on fire.
Like it's just got like a little. Okay, I'm just like, how do we put it out? Do you do ideas?
Well, frankly, I don't know. That's very peculiar. I'm afraid to touch it.
Kind of look at my arm like.
I got nothing. Roa spits on it.
You spit on it.
I- Can I like touch a different part that isn't on fire and just try healing?
It's all on fire. The metal is on fire, like wrapped in
Never
fire.
mind.
So Menepta like watches you guys like go about cutting stuff up. He's like, oh, it's nice to see you all too.
I forgot he was here. Roma's like, she's a cat. She's just...
Right. Good to see you, Manny. How'd you get here?
Where have you been?
Well, funny story. Now that you seem to be taking some amount of an interest in me, I was there when you all took the door thingy. I was trying to catch up. Nobody listened. I opened up the door, and I guess you guys already gone through to wherever you were going. And I was floating around in a black space for quite a bit. And eventually, I found my way here.
I blame Aeromil.
Right. Yep.
As I put the ingots on the ground, I'm like trying to throw dirt on them, see if it goes out.
I lean over to Locke and I'm like, I don't remember who this dinosaur is. Who is it?
Is it Yoshi?
Can I ride you?
Yes, Goku. I'm a motherfucking green dinosaur.
Well, Roa.
Oh,
You're a wizard again.
Oh, wizard, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so the things were still on fire, and he's sitting there, and he's like, what? Yep. Right then. And you guys look over at Manny, and you just see he looks about the same as he did before. Except his armor is just as tattered to shit. There's barely anything left of it. Its durability is so low at this point that it's basically just hanging off of him.
I'm gonna status him.
Status him? Okay. You status him. He's level 15.
Oh, okay. So he's higher level than us?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
And he is a level 2 adept.
They're doing all kinds of things.
Well, actually, I need to up that. Where's his,
Well, the good news is that now if I need to, I can exsanguinate him if I get hungry.
Oh, you're back. Oh, nom.
Yeah, I don't see how his stuff's all messed up, babe.
I never gave him a proper sheet, I don't think.
Yeah, you did. It's like
I think he.
it's like C8 plus
Oh.
it's all messed up. Better let Locke just eat him. That'll,
2 times
save us all the
C8.
trouble.
Well, you don't have to figure it out right now.
But it bothers me. No, actually, I think that's right.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So, well, he's looking at the character sheet right now. So,
Uh-huh. You don't have to have everything exact, just, if it's not put
yeah, no,
together,
no,
then tell him later.
I think you did it right. Anyways, he gotcha. The what's it called? Player level is 15. His subclass adept is level 2, and his subclass skill trader is level 1.
He's a skill trader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him taking my skills.
You can look at the rest of his stats if you want, but yeah, he's a skill trader
Nah, I'm
now.
not that interested.
He can make skills.
Cool. So Roa asked what happened to him. Maybe she kind of like pokes his dingy armor. Tries to wipe some dirt off.
Yeah. He's like, spend some time. Owen quit pretty early with the whole TID thing.
Wait, what? Oh, well, it wasn't. I don't like furballs. Just saying. Like,
Yeah,
I know I am one.
So
but
I kept through the entire trial. I fought all of them, and by the end, they taught me their ways, and I can do what they can do.
You're a Ted now?
I mean, I don't eat gold, but I can create skills. Yeah.
Literally, my
Trained
first
up a
thought
bit
was
as well.
to try. I was literally gonna try
you
and feed
have
him
to
gold.
eat anything to make, or you just bleh, and
No, I can just
make a skill.
create skills. Yeah. Do that kind of thing.
Huh. Well, that's really cool. And is that we saw you at the Mage's Order and you went through the thing and never came back. So how was your teacher and all that stuff? Did they teach you a lot? Did you get stuck in the tower when it got destroyed? I think it got destroyed, right? What happened again? I'm confused.
I'm not really sure. I've been kind of all over the world. Ted's house kind of moves about. You know?
Okay.
I sort of stopped in when I was in town. You know, left you guys some money.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Where'd it come from? How have you been picking up quests, or because we've been having a hard time with money, at least until something happened and we found a lot of it.
Oh, I've got a few platinum. Not much.
Oh, okay. I've
Oh,
got
with his free
60.
hand, like peeks into his pocket where the money and pouch is. Like, yeah, a few plat.
Okay, well, that was awful. And is everybody okay?
Except for these 2 flaming ingots of dragon shit.
Yeah, have fun with that. Oh, I ran down here because there was something potentially even worse going on, but I promised I couldn't talk about it.
You mean worse than Aramel blowing a hole in the side of a mountain and like bringing these things? Well, they brought metal, which is kind of cool, but
She
Yeah,
kinda
so
looked
I guess
sidelong at
you're
their
still
mouth.
just like carrying around this piece of flaming dragosite.
yeah, because we're still down by the dwarves too. I'm just like ideas. I'm sure
The
they're all
dwarves
like,
are just all staring at it. Like you see a couple of them just muttering to one another, like, "Oh, sure, we can stick it in force. Oh no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's already fine. It's completely perfect metal. Oh no, is it on fire? I have no idea. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. I've got no idea. Shut up, Tommy."
overhearing some of that. Just be like, do you guys have like a fireproof basket or something I could put them in? You know, that wouldn't just so I don't have to hold it like this the entire time.
Well, hey,
There's-
just get you an
There's
iron
water
bucket.
up there.
They walk over and one of them puts an iron bucket down in front of you. Yeah, that should do.
I'm just gonna look at them and drop them into the bucket and see what happens.
Drop it in the bucket. After about 5 seconds, the bucket melts.
I'm just gonna look back at the dwarf and be like, uh-huh.
That was my best bucket.
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna try something. I take Owen's shoulder and I try to tell his fortune to see what happens with the metal.
You try to
Did he
tell
say
his
that was
fortune.
his favorite bucket too?
That was my favorite bucket.
I'm gonna use morph metal when he says that and reform it into a bucket.
Hey, it's not the same.
I'm gonna throw another ingot on it.
Throw another ingot and it melts again.
Yep.
So, here's photo based.
I rolled a 42 to tell his fortune.
You see him burn a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. Before you guys realize that the fires pretty much never go out. And then eventually, you find out that if it were to be encased in something magical, it would be okay. And the particular magical thing that you eventually find is many, many months from now, as Owen continues to just
Hold on to the flaming.
hold on to the flaming rock because he refuses to put it down.
I can throw it at
He-
shit. This is the
Yeah,
best
he sets it
weapon
down,
ever.
he uses it for combat. It's just months and months of just completely annoying shit from Owen. Eventually, you find out that. Actually, that's as far as you see. I don't want to. I can't reveal any more than that.
What if I put it in my item storage?
You want to burn everything in the item storage?
What if I take everything else out of the item storage?
Then
and
we
I
have to
put
carry
it in-
all of that, including a safe.
Yeah,
We
but
we
you
have
wouldn't
the
have to
lizard again.
carry flaming metal. Something happens at the end of these months. We find some kind of magical item to store it in, but I don't know what the item is, but we need a magical item to store it in. So maybe just knowing that means it won't take that many months to find. But I couldn't tell where
you
we
guys
were
have a
or
forge I can take these to, you know, so I can at least try and like do something with these
They-
besides, you know,
they,
carry them around.
The item storage thing was the magical thing that you put it in.
I mean, yeah, I thought that was
It
kinda...
just takes you months and months because Owen refuses to get rid of it.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I kind of figured it would be fine in this extra dimensional space.
I mean, we could just use it, like, instead of, like...
Well, you try using it, and if that doesn't work, then we can try my thing, and I can figure out something. These guys could use a safe, maybe, and and we can take the stuff out of the safe and do other stuff with it and sell it and get money or whatever. I don't know.
We're gonna
Right.
sell money for money? Just kind of look at her like,
Well,
what?
it's not all money. Some of it's
Tonin walks
coins
over
and
and he's like, "Well, I'm not really sure exactly what you guys are wanting to do with your time, but if you want to forge that into something particular,
daggers.
head upstairs and give it a shot. I'd like to see what your handiwork looks like."
I mean, can we... And I'm gonna pull out, like, kind of pull the sword part way out. Can we, like, not if anyone else can see, but just him, just like, can we look at this while we're there too? Or do we have to go somewhere else for that and drop it
What
back,
sword
kind
is
of?
this?
The Orichalcum fully
Orichalcum?
made sword that I, like, tripped over and found.
We've got a mine just a little bit below.
So...
we got a forge a little bit below. A few
So-
floors down in the mine. Just for a
Hey,
little
down
bit
sounds a
of
lot easier than up.
discretional
I agree.
hammersmithing.
I'm like, yeah, let's... Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's
You
go
guys
check it
coming?
out.
Locke's gonna turn to Merneptah and be like, "Oh, so shiny lizard, what skills can you actually make?"
Well, it's not so much that I can make actual skills, but I can, like I could, for you, for instance, I could rearrange your skills. If you wanted, I could rearrange my skills. Or if you wanted to enter a contract, I could remove your skills. Or
Oh,
I could facilitate any trade, be it for money or between two skills.
What do you mean by rearrange? As I'm, like, kind of starting to walk away.
Oh, it's really strange ability that I came across. It's kind of like I perceive the skills that you have, and if I wanted to, I could rearrange parts of one and replace it with another.
Ah.
I could do it myself all the time, but I haven't because I like my skills just the way they are.
I can't do it that often.
I can do it as long as I've got the NB.
That's fancy.
Yeah, his cost 100 MP.
and does it have to be from a skill?
Yes,
Okay.
he can replace any two words from skills or split a two-word thing into.
Just make a skill that becomes like word bank and just keep putting words.
So, but he can't replace. It has to be like one skill from another skill, right? Like words from one skill to another skill.
Mhm.
Can't just be like he can't replace one word from like a character sheet to it.
No, it's one.
Okay.
You can take one name from a word like he has like lightning clad is one of his. If he
Right.
wanted to, he could technically change it to celestial cloud,
Right.
and lightning endowment would be the switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to that I can actually. So because I have Amira's blessing affinity or whatever, and I have order from Balin. I have like all these other affinities that there just aren't skills for.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Well, let's go forge. Or put kids in bed or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we gotta
going
take a
with
break.
him to the forge. So whatever. I don't know if everybody else is going too, but that's
Yeah.
where I'm headed.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I'll follow along.
I forgot that you guys gotta do kid stuff. So yeah, we'll go ahead and you guys make your way. You jump down a couple of levels, reach the this little alcoved area that they have behind a little iron door. You walk inside and you see just this large pumping forge, old school with an anvil, hammer of various different sizes, shapes, and metallic sheen. So that is what we have going on right now. And we're going to take a quick break. Hey guys, we're back. Thanks for hanging out. Those of you that did. If you left, bye. Have a good day. And sorry that you're gone. So, they had just stepped into a forge with Tanin and a couple of other dwarves that you haven't actually met yet. One is Burly and just recently had his favorite bucket melted. Another is a very, very scrawny, almost halfling looking dwarf. with barely a beard going on. And you guys have heard his high-pitched voice ringing out throughout the caverns during the previous fight. So then, we're here to witness. You've got some promise. Your mining skills, as we've seen. But I'd really like to see what you're capable of doing with a hammer.
God.
He made this! And Roa just kind of spins around, shows off her armor.
That's quite impressive. He's alright. It's fine.
I'd like to see you do that without a hammer.
I did one with
He
my
just
face
did it in the
before.
back of a cart in like 5 minutes. It was really impressive. I
Bullshit.
was naked and then I wasn't. It was so fast.
Alright, I don't know why you've got to be naked until somebody finished. That's just a bit odd.
Because that one destroyed my clothes.
Well, you guys got a weird group.
Well, yeah. I'm just gonna like find a spot on the floor that's kind of out of the way and just like carefully put them down and make sure the ingots don't just like melt into the ground. Just like,
You set it on the
Okay.
forge, sits just fine.
okay. It's like,
He's like, alright, that's not likely to go down anytime soon. Now that is strong metal. Dwarf killer. Not like this idiot Bolin tried to do. This bucket was made of iron. Iron.
yeah. I didn't think that was gonna work.
But this metal is strong. It's a mithril or calcum hybrid.
So, do you care if those guys see the sword, or you wanna?
Oh, well. Bolin, you won't say anything. No. Dottie. I'm fine. Right.
Alright. And set it kind of near the fort, but away from the flaming ingots.
It's quite nice. Ancient. Seems to have lost a lot of its adornment. Pretty cleanly. Huh. Are you looking for specific information?
Well, just kind of, is it worth like trying to clean it up and use it, or should we like scrap it for parts?
The
you know?
edge looks fine. Could be sharpened easily. Dottie here is a fairly good sharpener. It's true, I am. I can sharpen things pretty well. They don't let me around hammers, but they'll give me other rocks to just...
Did you try to sharpen a hammer?
No, I'm saying they don't let me forge things, but... Yes, I've sharpened a hammer.
That's how you make pickaxes, right?
No, it's just how you make a completely squared off hammer. Its edges are quite sharp.
Oh.
Just kind of like shakes head, just like,
Although one time I left it on the stone for long enough that it sort of made like a strange concave two-point blade. It's kind of the opposite of an axe.
right. Well, yeah. Does anyone else want to try and forge anything before I try to forge something? Just, equal
Well, I
opportunity
feel like
here.
we're all
right?
here to witness. I kind of want to see what you do. You melted my bucket though, and then
Hey.
you put it back, and then right as I started to feel something again, you melted it again.
You said it wasn't the same.
It wasn't. It was better.
Well, you should have said that first.
Well, it's too late now.
I mean, we could go find the iron back
no,
up there somewhere.
No, it's fine. I don't need it. It's just a bucket. Pretty much just put rocks in it. But it had sentimental value, as in the fact that it actually let me carry rocks without getting my clothes quite as dirty. Usually I'll just stick them in my pockets.
You guys are an interesting group. You know that?
No, we're pretty average.
He sharpens hammers and you put rocks in your pocket.
That is pretty average for a dwarf. They're both young. They haven't learned much. This one here, he puts his hand on board. He's not older than 12. He's like a really burly dwarf.
Okay.
Big black beard.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Still young.
All right. So Owen's gonna like start taking his armor off.
You usually undress before you hammer things. I'm confused exactly what purpose that says.
I don't use a hammer.
It's magic.
Let me discourage you from using magic to do things that you should use a tool for, considering the last time, looking over at Aramil.
Isn't magic a tool?
Magic is a tool when you don't summon a horde of terravores, although we did get quite fine methods out of that adventure.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Flaming Dragosite.
Yes, I'm not sure.
Or Dragonite. Not Dragosite.
Dragonite. No, Dragonite's correct.
Oh, Dragosite. Okay, I got it right the first time.
Not Dragon.
Haha.
Dragonite is fucking... I mean, I guess they probably both are Pokemon. But...
And just be like, oh, I typically forge things and use old things and other things together to make new things.
Usually when I finish putting something together, I don't put more things on it. That just seems silly.
Well, I want to take things off of this one. Now my armor's like laying on the forge too.
Right. Well, I'm curious to see what you do.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second. I need to look through some stuff if you guys want to chat or whatever, because I'm trying to decide what I'm using on this.
So Roa just kind of starts going through the item storage, and she kind of like she opens this sort of portal in the air in front of her and starts rummaging around, and
I've seen magical bags before, but that is not. That is your. Where's the
What?
bag?
it's magic. And so she pulls out
Madam, no such magic that I have seen exists.
nonsense.
What?
We got it from we got it from Santa.
I
Actually-
don't know who that is. Is he
Yeah,
some sort of
I
Aether
didn't-
master?
I think so.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So she pulls out the just some like a handful of the coins that I took from Kathos vault prison, because they weren't like modern money, right? They were just some kind of metal coins.
They were like ancient coins, yeah. Hey, what else did we have in the item storage? I don't remember.
So I've got a lot of wood from the dryad we killed. I've got some monster cores, silk glands, orichalcum. I think I still have another carapace, but I might have actually turned that in and just forgotten to cross it off.
I think you did, because it wasn't magical when you give it to him.
That's right. Okay, and then another monster core, elite cores, the ale, the safe with coins and papers, and then I have leather and bearskin.
I'm gonna steal the bearskin.
Okay. Do you want all three?
Unless we want to try and use it for something else, might as well. Free up the space.
Yeah.
By the way, you took your armor off. Your egg was still tied to the satchel, and it's currently rolling. Aramil notices, because he's the only one not focused on something else. Notices the egg rolling end over end towards the Dragosite that's on fire.
I just stare and I kind of like eyes light up. I'm like excited to see if anything happens. And it reaches and I'm like, just like
I mean,
Sorry,
I'm digging
Beth,
through stuff. I wouldn't notice.
So
just trying to hold back my excitement and not want to exclaim so somebody stops it from happening.
Dottie's sitting there and he tugs you because he sees you looking outside. He's like, "What's that egg doing?"
Is that tugging me?
No, at Aramil.
Oh, gotcha.
I was literally like, just watch. We'll see if something happens.
But it's an egg. This is gonna get boiled.
This is a special egg.
All right. You're a weird group of people. And as it
Throw it
rolls
like
end
stuff.
over end, you
Stuff.
see it ticks against the fire, and then it's sitting on top of the fire, the little flame covered ingot, and the flames just wreathe themselves around it, and it just
Alright,
starts
so then-
rattling happily.
I guess so I'll take the bear stuff from the item storage. So I've got the pelts, I've got my armor, I'll turn around and be like, shit. Do you guys have anything hotter than these ingots, maybe?
To be honest with you, I have no idea how hot those ingots are.
What's it doing?
They feel warm from here. Quite
Right.
warm.
We're like 200 yards away.
They're like on the other
Just
side of the room, yeah.
I have all my other materials stacked up there, and I'm just like, we might have to wait to forge a little bit, or I might have to. I don't. The egg likes hot things, and if I use those, they might not be hot anymore.
Can't hear you,
I'm
Gagnon.
muted.
So you've got 2 ingots.
I was gonna use both of them.
I'll tell you now that the benefit of using 2 is not better than the benefit of using 1.
That's fine.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll be like, I'm gonna like pull
Because
one
of what
ingot
you're using
away
it
from
for. If you were using it for
actually
like,
crafting.
it would matter the number you use because of the size of the things you could create. Because you're using Chaos Forge, it doesn't matter.
Right. All right, so I'll pull like one ingot away from it.
In that case,
like-
you only get 1 bear skin.
All right, that's fine. And just like I'll just like pat the egg and be like, you stay there. And be like, okay, I'm gonna do Chaos Forge, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my armor. Goal is to try and get rid of one of the stats on the armor, but that's kind of up to you, I guess. One of those ingots, one of the bear pelts. and
Wait,
then
I need to write this down. Hold up. I didn't realize
Yep,
we were
yep.
going yet. Okay.
I
Repeat.
listen, you can my armor.
Your armor.
Right.
Shall
One
look
of the bear
up
pelts.
bear pelt.
Yeah. One of those the new dragon ingots.
Do you want some dryad wood?
Oh, it's just gonna show up like, why not?
You
I-
can use dry head wood, but it'll probably end up way too high level.
I'm gonna throw just like I have like a bundle of loose branches. I'm just gonna throw one of the things and say fetch.
Just kind of looks at her, like walks over and picks it up, like,
She giggles.
You son of a
I'm
He
like-
bitch.
fetched.
Son
I'm
of a
like-
bitch.
I'm like, well, if we're using random things, you want some fire whiskey to add?
no,
I
no.
dig it.
You never mix
You're not-
alcohol with
Hold up.
fire.
I need to open
You're
up one
lost.
of my docs because I have item creation and I know everything you put in your original armor.
Yeah, essentially the only thing like in here right now that I'm trying to keep, and the rest I wouldn't care. I'd like
Black
to keep the
Chimera hide armor. I believe.
no. It's currently the demon flayed skin armor.
Demon flayed skin. Oh, this is her other one that you made.
The chimera is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like right now it's half damage from fire, infinite SP, 12 resist to poison fortitude checks, activates, and a happy new year when hindered.
Okay, I don't have that one on my. I don't have the materials used, but I'll just grab the thing. It's fine.
Right.
I'll just
So
grab
the goal of
sheet.
this one is I was hoping to try and keep like the +5 charisma. If I lose that though, I don't really care.
Well,
But
yeah,
I wanted
it's-
to keep.
I'll, I'll look it up and look at it. And
Okay.
I'll determine what you keep or don't keep.
Right. The only goal is to not keep and a happy new year.
You don't want to keep the and a happy new year?
I feel like that's gonna fuck us over at some point.
Unfortunately, that one does not go away. Like if
All
you're
right,
using
well.
the same material because that is one of the most prominent high level
right, that's
things
fine.
used in it.
That's fine. All
That
right.
is just there, man.
I mean, at some point, I'll just make brand new armor from scratch.
All right.
All right. There's one other thing I was going to add into it.
Demon Flayed Skin Armor. There it is.
I might not. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go with that then. I'm not gonna add anything else.
All right. What was it? It was just the
It was the bear skin.
pelt,
Yep.
the dragon ingot, and the dryad wood.
And a little bit of the dryad wood, yeah, like the bundle of sticks from the dryad.
That's it.
Well, and then my armor.
Hmm.
I mean, I was contemplating throwing the Mirage Blade in there, but then it's just gonna be super high level, and I'd rather
It's
use
already
that.
super high level.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, ridiculously.
Okay.
High level.
Go ahead and roll for item creation.
All right, let me go find the skill again. Strike, Chaos Forge. And what? This one's just a D100 plus luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that number's this. We're rerolling that.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, you're only allowed to reroll it once. Well, that's 113.
The first one was like, it's 2. It's like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so that's 113.
Man, just think if I rolled 100.
Yeah, right.
But you can figure that out and you can describe it if you don't want to do like stats and everything right now. Because I don't think we're getting into another fight today, so I don't think it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. God damn it.
I'm kind of curious what the sheet he looks at for determining some of these things looks like. Because it just seems like occasionally the number, he's just like upset that it happens, but he put it on the sheet to start with.
There's no sheet for pulling this from. I just know, like, based on your roll, like how many levels it goes up and how effective it is. Because I made a rule for that, and then I know what each of those things does as an ingredient, just because I decided a long time ago what those were.
Gotcha.
But the bear pelt, that just changes the visuals. Like, so
I kind of figured.
Yeah, like that's
I look
aesthetic.
less like a scaly snake, more of a bear.
You're gonna look more like a bear, yeah. So yeah, the second that you're done manifesting the armor, the dwarves all step back and like, ooh, huh? And they're just like, you see like the chaos black just like trickles in and just forces it all together as it twists and then starts tearing itself apart. And then there's just like a flash of blue flame as it comes out. And you see this woven, nearly chainmail-like armor sort of flap itself down out in front of you, carrying a big, large black pelt across the shoulders that are still on fire.
I'm just like, ooh, I like that. And just kind of like work it back on, put it on, and just like, yeah.
So, stats.
Oh, good. Let me go find my armor spot. Because I'm just going to delete the old,
No, don't delete the old one because I'm using it to tell you what to do.
I'll type it in a blank spot then.
Okay. You are immune to fire.
Upgraded from half fire to immune to fire.
You are immune to fire. You still have infinite SP. You regenerate 13 mana. Per round of combat.
All right.
That is what the Dryad Wood does.
I like that one.
That said, this is all going to be greatly diminished by the time I'm done. So you're gonna take a quarter of the benefits of this. Just be aware of that.
Right.
So 13 mana per round of combat. And then the visual changed. What you're gonna get to keep is you lose the poison.
That's fine.
You are no longer affected by cold. By like natural cold. Like ice attacks still harm you, but you're more resistant to them, so like half damage from fire or from ice because of how much heat you give off. Happy New Year still persists. Yeah.
I'm just gonna copy and paste that one.
And the evasion is reduced to 4.
Evasion is reduced to 4.
And the defense is raised to 60.
Holy shit.
So that's going to be quartered. So it's going to be plus 20 and plus 1. Okay?
Okay, so that's...
But the immune to fire will stick around, and your region is going to be quartered. So let's just make it 4.
You said 25 for the armor part right now?
Or 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Alright, and you said mono regen's currently 4?
Mm-hmm. Alright, now that we've wasted a lot of time doing that.
But yeah, so, just kind of puts it back on, just kind of looks over at him like, see?
I
No
feel
hammer
like-
needed.
I feel like he's cheating at making things.
He is.
No. I worked hard to make this.
I agree, that's definitely cheating.
I'm
Just
gonna
kind of
nudge-
sheepishly like...
I'm gonna nudge Tana and I'll be like, so, if you were to make something out of this mithril, would that be heavy, light, medium? If you were to try and make armor out of it.
Well, that's a very light armor.
We have a single...
Depending on the particular make and design, it would sort of change how it was used suitably in combat. But it's strong either way. So, you could pretty much pass in any category, for sure. I've seen knights with full, heavy, plated design, but just covered in mithril. Though they tend to bend towards orichalcum because it's even stronger. But I could also make it as chainmail or even woven into clothing. Very malleable metal. It's used for a lot.
Right. Well, no, I'm just looking for something. I'm not fond of things too heavy, but I also don't want to be wearing cloth, so.
Aren't you also wearing like a full Drider carapace armor?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not full. It's chest and spalders.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah. I'll figure it out. But like, yeah, because I want to make something. Anyway, I want to learn though. I'm gonna be like, so how do we do this? Let's do it.
Well, how do we do it?
How do we forge? Let's forge.
Oh.
I'm better with...
the non-cheating way.
I don't do it often.
You simply grab a hammer. And he goes into explaining how to use Forge. How it requires a lot of training before you ever receive a Forge skill gem. You must first understand how to forge in general. How it involves, the heating of the metal, the flipping, the turning, the tempering, the cooling, the re-tempering, heating.
Oh, so it's like simplistic glass blowing.
There's nothing like glass blowing.
No?
No.
Sure, it sounds like it.
No. Oh, is that
Man,
just you
22.
trying to learn it?
Just to pay attention. Yeah,
No, it
I always
seems
need-
interesting. You see him, he pulls like a little sheet of mithril and starts forming it. Keeps cutting it around and twisting, and he makes a simple dagger.
All right.
Please do explain how one forges armor. He's not forging armor. So he just hammers it out and continues to just bend in place and bend in place and bend in place, fold, still, fold, still, fold, fold, fold. Till eventually you have just like this little blade shape starting to form.
All right, I'm gonna make myself
Magic's
some
the faster way.
million layer mithril Damascus and forge that into scale mail.
You're gonna need a lot of mithril.
Eh.
I throw the mithril chunk at him that I picked up earlier.
It's like, it's a lot of work to do it the old-fashioned way. You can also use the skill, which is a lot simpler, but much less cheeky than what he did. Basically, you need a clear
Owen
idea
just
in your
smiles
head,
like-
and then he starts, and you see the hammer just, and you see like a glyph glow on his arm, and that tiny little blade he had started to form stretches into a full-sized katana-shaped blade. It's fairly simple. But again, this is still a part. I need more materials if I want anything more elaborate to come from it. But without the basic idea and
Roa
the
throws a
skill
stick at him.
required behind it. Is that the guy?
Well,
said he
in their
needed more
direction.
material.
The stick just hits him. He's like, "Why are you throwing things at me?" Ooh, this
Sorry.
is ironwood. And he goes and he picks it up. The level on that, by the way, Owen, is 33.
That's not terrible.
Yeah. But only because you didn't get the full bonuses from the Dryad metal stuff, or wood. You got that mana
Right.
region from it, but you didn't get the additional defense bonuses and stuff.
Gotcha. Do I need a higher roll for that, or do I need to use bigger piece of wood?
You
I'm
need a
just
higher
curious,
roll.
like general. Gotcha.
Yeah, with you, like, basically, like, you can go beyond what they're capable of doing.
Hmm.
If you would have, like, gotten, like, the 130 range, then yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Ton and be like, so do you do commissions?
Sure. We
Because
don't
I'd-
have a lot of
I'd love to
time
make
right
my
now.
own.
We were in the middle of trying to set things back up. No, they got it. I like watching you work, sir. Right.
I do. I mean, show him my Drider Carapace armor. Be like, this is great and all, but it's only covering, parts. I'd like to add more to it and make it a whole thing.
We dwarves typically make a point never to disturb work that's currently there. However, we could make you a pair of leggings or boots. Certainly.
I mean, if we have the stuff, I don't know that we got enough to make a whole thing. I mean, I'd like to match. That's kind of,
Matching's overrated as I'm like standing there in a full thing. Like,
It'll take me a few days to make a whole thing. It does require quite a bit of concentration, not like the way you all do it. But,
Right. Well, I mean, or we could just. I mean, I'd like to learn too. So if there's anything, we can.
I'm
play around
just
with this.
saying that I can take the commission and teach you. It'll take the same amount of time, if not longer. But, I would probably yield you quite a cost. Especially the cost of materials to begin with.
Right. We've only got the one little bit of mithril.
what would happen if we reforged the sword into something else? Is that doable? Does it lose its magic?
Once it's been tempered, it's hard to undo.
Right.
Any metal will become brittle to a certain extent if you continue to work the metal past its point. Reforging is difficult and requires adding new material.
What kind of, just metal material to it, or like magical materials?
It just depends on what you're trying to do.
I was thinking if we could make the sword like two shorter versions of the sword.
It's possible. I imagine it would require a little bit of time, but since it is still one piece of blade, I could break it, apart using my best tools.
Owen just kind of looking at the blade, just like,
I also imagine that there could be used to craft something quite nice. Points to the flaming thing of
The egg's still against it, just like...
it's eggs on it. Just
Maybe in like a day or two, maybe. The egg seems kind of happy right there, and I don't want to get rid of all the heat for it. I've been carrying it around in this pouch. I'm gonna show him like the pouch with the fire essences in it.
We could put both it and the thing in my item storage once I've gotten rid of everything else.
It's not a bad idea, but okay. How much more is in the item storage?
Well, that depends. We could maybe, if we could find some quarters here, or if there's like a mage tower nearby or something, we could maybe just have a room that we can just put the safe in, and then we can just still keep stuff in the safe, and it'll still be safe. It just won't be with us. But I've still got some leather and that ale, and But if we had a room, we could keep some of that there, or we could sell it and divvy up the money.
I mean, again, looks at the coin, but I don't think I really need much money right now.
You can never have too much money.
Just kind of thinks about that, like,
well, if you wanted me to get work on anything, I can try.
His armor's probably a priority.
I would gladly take a commission. I could use new armor, sword, helmet, shield, pretty much everything.
Which one's this? Is this the
That's
brawny
Manny.
one? Or...
Manny.
Oh, that's Manny, right.
Yep.
Roa hands him a couple of sticks for the shield.
Yep. I mean, shield is the lowest priority because I've got this, and he pulls out this mirrored shield,
Oh, never mind.
which I believe was like level
I
30.
forgot, level 35.
Yeah, level 35. And he's like, just can't quite use it to its full potential yet. But I've used it a few times in combat. Pretty interesting.
Owen just kind of looks at the orichalcum sword and just kind of like, fine. Just kind of like, very begrudgingly, is just like, here you go. Because his sword's all chipped and beat up, you said, right?
Oh, it's just torn to pieces, yeah.
Just kind of like, hands over, like, it needs to be sharpened.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, little one. Give you some gold. He gives him like a pile of gold.
Oh, to the doors.
To the door. He's like, sharpen that for me. Awesome. Yeah, he already gave you like a lot of gold.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, why is he trying to pay me?
No, he gives some gold to the dwarf. That's gonna sharpen it. He's like,
Owen's kind of like kicking
oh,
the ground.
then I'll
though,
go
like,
work on this. I'll be back.
he's like, I wanted to do something else. So.
You didn't
We'll
have
be
to give
here
it to
for
Manny.
a little while,
What?
You didn't have to give it to Manny. You gave him an ancient orichalcum sword. You
I
have
know.
no idea how powerful that thing is.
I didn't want to give him the Mirage Blade. I only had 2 swords. I had to give him one or the other.
Yeah, the Mirage Blade's pretty sick. You haven't even tried using that, have you?
Nope. Because it's level 40.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I can try and use it and be like, meh.
You see what
So-
it says on it, right? Or does it say
Oh
anything?
no, all I know is Mirage Blade, level 40.
Oh.
That's all I know. I know I can choose like the weapon it is, but that's all I know.
Yeah, right. It can be any weapon.
But I don't know like stats wise or anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Are you guys experts in all weapons or just metal ones? Sorry, give me an idea with that.
Pretty much if it's made out of the materials we have laying around here, we can probably get a good idea of what it does. If it's not,
Roa holds up some of the coins from the vault. He's like, do you know what these are or what they might be worth or made of?
I'm gonna pull off the amulet and be like, any idea about this thing?
I have no idea what that amulet is.
Son of a... No one knows what this thing is. Puts it
And-
back on.
Metal-wise. Interesting. It's reminiscent of some of the older minerals.
These are really old coins. Like really old, like almost probably prehistoric as far as anybody can tell because nobody knows anything about Keelan.
Yes,
Keelan?
that would have been my guess. I would say that they made it of some of the old celestial minerals. From back in the days before the calamity. We found
Is
certain
that
relics hidden underneath the ground during our mining expeditions. Different pots and pans and necklaces, jewelry.
is it valuable or useful in any way?
I'm sure it could be. I don't believe the currency is still in circuit, but I'm sure it's worth a fair sum.
Or we
To,
could
to like
melt it.
historic? I mean, if you want to use it for weapons or something, I don't know if it could be used for that, but if it could be, then I have a whole lot of it.
Similar in strength to gold.
Oh, then not
I would
probably
say it
for
would be
weapons.
much better served for the creation of fine jewelry or accessories.
She kind of
Can
looks
I-
over at Owen.
It's like if I can turn it into sand, then maybe.
Nah, it's not. It's not sand.
Oh, I meant like
Okay,
the
well,
best
I'll-
chance would be to grind it up and see like a powder.
Yeah. But
I mean, I've got a lot
if
of
anyone
it,
has
so-
work for us, we can try to get started on it. It's fine.
No, I'm good. Is there a mage's tower anywhere nearby or an adventurer's guild?
There's
or...
one in the Coldstone Undercity.
Oh, where's that?
About 200 miles east.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Is there a shortcut?
No. You can take the driver rails. Yeah.
the what?
Gyro rails.
What's that?
It's our transport system. You don't have those in the south.
No.
I'm not
We have
from around here.
horses and carts and feet.
Well,
And a lot of dead people.
And magic doors.
well, we
We
can
have
go
magic doors too.
Yours.
take a look at
Did
that
I?
in time. Meanwhile, Dottie's working on the sword that you commissioned for him to sharpen. We do have more mining to do before our next leave. So,
I mean, we could go digging again, but he might get more of those things. Granted, the metal's really nice from those.
yes.
I don't want to do any more digging.
She doesn't want to do more digging.
Yeah,
I'm
I
afraid
thought
she's gonna throw more
cats liked
sticks.
to dig.
Not underground.
Hmm.
We don't tunnel.
Right. Well, either way, would you like to come upstairs for a nice cup of tea before you leave, at least?
I mean, I'm
I
in
do
no rush
rather
to leave
enjoy
it.
your
Just,
company. Not a whole lot of things happen around here. Just mining. Very, very rarely. Except for apparently when somebody decides to make a huge ruckus. That's terravores to deal with.
I mean, we can do it again.
I could definitely do that again if you want.
It's not preferable. We do tend to lose them sometimes. Terravores aren't that bad, but you know, if you stir one of the larger creatures.
Okay, maybe it's a
Speaking
bad
of
idea.
which, I've been meaning to ask you. You did finish all of the terravores, correct? You didn't let me go.
Owen just kind of shrugs, like,
I'm just gonna say for the sake of, because my plan was just to leave the other two marked.
Mm-hmm.
So I have them marked, but no, yeah, they're still alive.
No.
So I could tell them where they are.
That's not great.
Why do they?
I think we should probably go see that driver rail now, if you would. He starts hurriedly walking away from the forge and continuing down the tunnels.
Are we gonna get attacked again?
I'm gonna pick up the egg and the ingot, and just kind of like hold them close to each other and just start following.
I should have let you know. He's like mumbling back to you guys as he's walking. He's like, to use the hooks we have laying around to keep them from traveling away from you. You guys look at the ground as you're walking by and you see that there are these little ringlets with chains and hooks on them against the walls.
That would have been nice to know in advance. Yeah.
I apologize. It's common knowledge for us.
Yeah,
Heat of the
we've
moment.
never.
But yes, you keep them. It's kind of like fishing. Keep them hooked while you slaughter them. It's the best way to do so. Don't let them escape. That's the one rule. Terravores are a nuisance, but manageable.
So
But
what happens if they escape?
if they escape injured, then, well, chances are they'll be sniffed out by a predator.
Oh,
I thought they were the predator.
everything has a predator.
Yeah. Well, I'm not supremely worried about it. Chances of them running back in this direction, again, are quite slim. But if they do, well, that's gonna fucking suck now, isn't it?
I'll use my blood tracking abilities. Be like, hey, where are they now?
What eats terravores?
Roll a perception check.
Tentacle.
You see, looking in the sort of the direction where they disappeared to, them moving through the rock quite quickly, back towards your direction.
Well, they're going back towards our direction.
They're very far off, though. Just sort of
Very
twisting
far
through
off,
the road.
though.
Let's pick up the pace. And he's like, as he's walking and it gets to the edge of the thing, you see he hits a button and an alarm starts blaring through the tunnels. He jumps down to shoot. And he gets on it at the bottom. He grabs a comm and says, "H, bring that sword down to the gyro rails as soon as possible. Thank you." And clicks it off. And you hear, "Got it!" from up above. And then he's like, "What exactly is happening?"
I think we're leaving.
"There's a lot larger things down in the earth. Large creatures. Even the dragons don't like to tangle with. Let's be moving."
Is everybody gonna evacuate or?
Now, we have to keep our materials safe, as it were.
So if the thing eats the terravores, does it have even more metal inside of it?
Oh, yes. Riddled with metal. Materials in there, it's probably like its own mind. But no one's ever killed a terror kraken before.
There's a first time for everything.
I don't want to fight anything worse than what we just did. That was not fun at all.
We could just feed the cat to it, and then eventually.
He's got a point.
Let's...
Well,
No
that-
offense.
I very much offense.
We'll have a
just
few
kinda-
lives left, I'm sure.
I scowl and kind
I'd
of
like to keep them.
I scowl and look at them. I'm like, no, we're not feeding her. She saved my life. I probably would be dead without her.
I've saved your life.
Oh, and I assume
That's
you
not the way.
scooped up your...
Oh yeah, I scooped up the egg and I'm just like carrying them together, like an egg in my
Just
one normal hand. Yeah, like just holding it to the heat, just like. Since I'm like, I don't know any other way to like, I might balance. You know, I might take a break and like balance the egg on the ingot, like use my other hand to do something. But like,
Yeah. The egg is rattling quite happily in its new toasty home.
it's like I'm glad you're happy.
It was originally just warmed by fire essences, which weren't generating a whole lot of heat.
Right.
So now it's
Literally on fire.
literally on fire.
In response to Locke saying he saved my life, I'm just like, yeah, you saved my life, but she's adorable. You're some creepy guy that might actually eat me in my sleep.
And I'm just like, fuck, I figured you'd
Honestly,
keep him
fuck
around for a
you,
midnight
I am
snack.
adorable.
make a perception check, Locke.
To see whether I'm adorable or not.
You can see the terravores are probably only about a couple hundred yards away, and you start to feel a rumble in the ground, which is very faint. But since you're already sensing in that direction, you can sort of see that they're shaking visually.
We should
In the rock.
probably go. We should probably go.
They all just sit there like.
I'm just
No,
like,
Rose.
yeah, we're waiting for this cart thing. We don't know what it is.
Tannen's just like, oh goodness. He touches the ground. He's like, yep, hurry. And he just starts leaping down one by one. I need everybody to start making dexterity checks if you
Ooh,
to see
okay.
how quickly you can get down the 13 levels that you have to descend before
I
this
mean,
thing
Roa-
gets here.
Roa can just teleport as long as she can see.
You're going down different levels.
Dexterity.
Okay.
Where is my dexterity? There it is. Ugh, I'm re-rolling that one. Seriously? Just a second, let me keep track. Screw it, I'll go with 14 on the first one.
Well, you're gonna go with the higher one either way, right?
Well, no, I was debating whether I wanted to re-roll it again or not.
Yeah, right. Owen starts to lag behind as he sits there trying to balance his egg.
It's fine, it's fine,
And
I
so
got
he doesn't
this.
drop it running as the ground starts to shake. He's like, yep, running behind. Man, look at that there real quick.
What am I doing? I'm just gonna turn into blood mist and just sort of float down.
Yeah, Locke as it starts moving down, and then eventually, yeah, it says exactly that. Turns to blood mist
Wait,
and starts
I'm
moving his
me.
way down. Roa just bolts straight through. Aramil and the dwarf sort of like wait behind for Owen, and frankly, the dwarf's a little. I wish I were younger.
While he's breathing heavily, I'm like, while we're running, I pull out a bottle of fire whiskey. This will put some pep in your step.
Thank you. Takes a swig, and you see Manny like running next to you guys, and he's just like, I really haven't done a lot of running lately. This is not my favorite. I don't like it. And he starts running around. So Roa and Locke are basically gone. You guys are one level down, and moving in on the next level. You guys just make it. Owen and the rest of the group, Aramil and Tannen, Manny, are just jumping down the next tube. You have 13 levels to go.
Whee!
Or you have 12 levels to go. That's a 17.
Do I even need to roll if I'm in blood form?
I think the two of you are
No,
just like,
you just move your
gone.
maximum speed.
Okay.
And I'm good too? Or
No, you need to roll. You're not using teleport every time, are you?
no, I mean, unless I feel like I need to.
That's a better.
32 is fine. Owens, you're doing better carrying your egg and running at the same time. Aramil, you need yours.
Yeah, sorry, somehow I forgot that it was just a +3 in between that time.
Yeah, and Aramil starts picking up as well. As you guys continue to make your way forward, see Tannen just sort of like slips and slides like straight through the rock and just like and like sort of disappears ahead of you guys, catching up with Roa. Got 11 to go.
Oh shit!
You guys go past machinery of all shapes and sizes. As you're making your way forward, you see large, vast sections like you're falling for hundreds of feet before you hit the little mechanical magic glyph at the bottom, which sets you off right, and you start twisting around looking for the next way down. Keep going. The
I told
rumbling
you.
starts to get more and more intense as you guys continue to go forward deeper into these caves.
It's encouragement to run a little bit faster.
I told you.
I'm running until this thing hits 100, and then
Oh shit.
and then it's there. So
Oh shit.
everybody roll again.
I think we all did.
Oh,
We
did
got
you?
20, 23, and 12.
20, 23, and 12. Owen is getting much better at juggling his egg. Aramil starts to slow down, takes a step, sips his whiskey, but he just makes it down the thing, but everybody else is sort of pulling ahead of him and is closer to finding the exit. On the plus side, he doesn't have to go searching for the exit each time because he's just following in the direction you're going, and so he hasn't lagged so far behind that he has to look as well. He continues. Oh, that's not so bad.
Next.
And you move on to the next floor. Oh shit!
Hey, we got 26.
You have 10 floors left to go.
See that swig of whiskey put a little more pep back into my step there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 9 levels left to go.
Okay.
Continuing
We
forward,
all rolled.
everybody does fantastically well. You're all keeping up. Aramil's lagging behind, but not too much. The dwarf has disappeared. He's definitely reroll.
Ahead of us.
Oh, Ares has commissioned a reroll.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
Is it on us or is it on the monster chasing us?
Let's see here. Aramil, reroll.
Oh.
You get a chance for a higher number.
You did too well.
In Aramel fashion, the next roll will be lower.
Yep.
10.
Yeah.
10. Aramil starts to lag behind and sort of lost sight of you guys as you are 1 level ahead of him. So he's still on level 9. You guys are on level 8.
I think Roa will probably at some point kind of like, okay, the dwarf went by ahead of me. Owen's probably not that far behind, or maybe even keeping pace. And Locke's clearly got it, and she might kind of look around and be like, "Where is everybody else?"
Aramil's not there, but you see.
Don't know, I'm busy with my egg.
Manny has stopped a while ago. And if you pause for him, you see Aramil come down the chute, and then just after that, you see Manny has a little dwarf over his shoulder who is still trying to sharpen a sword as he's running, just with his bare hands, just sharpening it with a whetstone.
That's
It's like,
cute.
I'll get it eventually. We're working hard on this.
How far behind me are they? Like just a whole.
Like about 100 yards.
Okay,
Across.
so Roa will wait for them to catch up at the exit.
Yeah, whoever designed this did not do it very well. You have to like go like this, and then this, and then this. And each time it gets longer, the distance between, because it's a mountain, so it goes out. And they've hollowed out more below each section. So
Sure.
I'm gonna make another perception check to see.
there's dwarves just like getting like freaking out all over the place as Locke goes by as this big blood cloud, and they're all trying to like collect their shit and picking up diamonds and hopping down holes and
Well, I don't see shit.
you don't see shit, yeah.
We're safe, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, Aramel's next roll was 10. My next one was 29.
Okay.
No, that was the 10
That was
still
the
my
reroll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
it's reroll. Never mind.
So,
My
guys,
next one was 29. Though.
roll again.
Roa's just
Hey,
gonna
there you go.
wait at the exit for that one, and then she's gonna grab Aramel and just teleport to the next one,
Okay.
as far as I can see.
See that whiskey keeps putting that pep
So
back in my
that
step.
just Aramil.
Well, I don't know if I can. I guess I can grab Manny too,
I was like, I kept going.
like
so.
one on each. Yeah.
We don't need Manny. I mean,
No,
what?
you grab Aramil and you teleport ahead, and Aramil just keeps running as you teleport with him to the other side. You guys catch up with Owen and start making your way further down. You have 7 levels left to go.
It's gonna
Manny's
teleport
still
again.
running, carrying somebody. Oh.
Are you teleporting yourself or are you grabbing us?
I'll
I'm just
grab
checking
it.
before we roll.
I'll grab whoever I can, whoever's straggling. So I don't
Technically,
know.
that'd just be Manny now, but he's like.
He's like only 1 level behind you guys. He's on floor 6. Going down. All right, roll again.
Okay.
This is. I know this seems monotonous, but these numbers matter.
I'm re-rolling. 17. Do I want to? Nah, I'll leave the 17.
Damn it, I need to drink more whiskey.
Oh no.
The ground starts shaking incredibly, like violently. Doing so, everybody make a willpower saving throw. Except you, Luck.
Oh, that's right, because I'm.
You're a blood clot.
Here's a question: since I have Father of Magic still on, does that apply to my Wisdom? Because it's 2 times player
Yes.
level plus Wisdom. Okay, so this number's different.
Rower, your concentration is reduced, meaning attacks and spell casting has been reduced.
Okay.
Which the only thing that really affect is as you're teleporting, your ability to teleport large distances, carrying another person might be more difficult. Meaning I need
Okay.
you to actually roll to get through it. Owen, you too, you're having a hard time concentrating on holding your egg as you're
Really,
running.
with a 58? Wow.
It's
Okay.
DC 60.
DC 60.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the terravore shaking. But this is the terravore shaking as he moves through the earth, and you guys are taking you're taking 5 points of damage.
Hmm.
Per roll, you're taking 5 points of damage. For
Okay,
now.
so what was the other part of that? It was just spells and stuff? Was the other part of that? I was doing the math. Sorry, I wasn't
It's
paying
minus
real close
20
attention.
to any of that stuff.
Gotcha.
You're having a hard time keeping your egg balance. It's sort of jumping all over the place over the fire
yeah.
as you're running along. Dwarves are like tossing all over the place, falling down. They're like, fucking terror kraken! Go fuck your fucking self if I see your fucking face in here. You'll taste my ass, you tentacle creep! And you just hear them like as you're running through. Roll again. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be
Do we
really
get a
close.
minus for these roll for just the dexterity roll, or is it just same roll?
No, that's
Think-
the same. It's the same.
Hey, there we go. That's a little better. 28.
Aramel's way behind, guys.
Roa will grab
Just
him and
keep
teleport
teleporting
again.
him.
Yeah.
You guys don't even see Manny anymore.
What do I roll for teleport? That's not a thing I usually have to do. Oh,
Just
it is.
roll your
I can roll the fast
Reaction
reaction
teleporting.
version. Okay. Plus wisdom and evasion. Okay, that's a lot of numbers.
At this point, Locke, you are at the complete bottom, and you've come across what you can only assume. Oh yeah, yeah. Even with a 2, that's insanely high.
Because I also roll my evasion.
Fuck.
Yeah. So 137, easily able to teleport him to the next section.
I'm just gonna sit there and I'll be like, well, do I wait?
I'm gonna teleport him all the way to the bottom, just as far as I can go.
As far as you can go, you guys, I'll let you skip a level because you just like fuck it, and you just teleport where you can't see, and just shoot straight down. You're like, I know where this is going, more or less. And
I'm gonna
teleport
make another perception check.
across the next section.
I still don't know where anything is.
Yeah, no, you're really having a hard time. But you do come across what you assume is the gyro rail, which I'll explain when everybody else gets there, or describe.
I'm
when
gonna
everybody gets there.
At this point, Owen's gonna say, "F this." He's gonna put the egg back in the pouch, in the heating pouch with the fire essence.
Oh shit, guys! I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Right, so as he was
That's-
doing that, right? Go ahead.
You guys have 3 floors left to go as the ground starts quaking uncontrollably. That actually puts him over. That puts him at 108. So the ground starts shaking uncontrollably, and you guys hear the sound of the earth burst above you. And you hear the sounds of a bunch of angry dwarves and just a bunch of clanging and smacking and slashing. And then 2 terravores come right past you guys through the earth, headed straight down.
Perfect. Owen's gonna put the egg back in the fire essence pouch and just put it, there. I'm gonna turn it into, toss the ingot up in the air, turn it into a dog, bite it, and then dig through the hole following the terravore straight down.
Okay. make your dig roll. See if you can dig faster than the pit drop will take you.
I should. I don't have to run back and forth.
Well, and you're also going through the hole that it just made, right? So.
Right. Let's see. There's Burrow. So let's see. That'd be a D20 plus. It's the exact same roll. It's D20 plus dexterity.
Yeah, you make it through the level right after them, fall to the next floor. Up above, you guys hear terrifying, just like as the entire earth shakes. Your body starts shaking more uncontrollably all around you, especially you within the earth. You feel yourself being buffeted around going through. You take 15 points of damage as you pass through.
That's fine.
Everybody else takes 10. This is from it being like 6 levels above you guys, just the presence of it passively.
It's only gonna be bad if I get knocked out of dog form.
No joke. I have a song that actually has a sound that I imagined that this thing sounded like.
Yeah. And way up above, you guys hear just like this yell from holes in the ground going, "Fuck!" Just, fuck. Just comes from up above you. Which, if anybody doesn't know, is Manny.
Yeah. Okay.
If it gets to the.
I mean, if he finds my hole, he can follow it. It's just a clean hole now.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ! It rolled an 18 right after that. Everybody else roll for you're on floor 11. You got 2 more.
I'm assuming the terravores also just kept digging straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just keep following them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. It's like, screw this running back and forth shit. Just boom.
Okay. Damn it. Simienne. Damn it. Yeah, you continue down the hole. Roa's not. Are you just teleporting at this point?
Yeah.
You're just looking through the holes and teleporting straight down?
Sure.
There's the next one. Boom. Boom.
Level by level, you guys easily enough are following these things pace for pace. See if it's going to catch them. Hold up. That's pretty low. The ground starts shaking even more uncontrollably. Everybody takes 15 points of damage, except Mood, who takes 20.
Ow.
And Locke, who's still a cloud.
Right. This is the last level, guys.
Almost there.
If it reaches the threshold, this is gonna hurt.
So if it reaches the threshold, do we see it when it gets
Yes.
there? Okay.
It means it's there.
So, I guess
Oh.
meta question: how terrifying big, like level wise, is this thing?
150.
Well,
Okay.
don't worry, guys. I'm fucking ready.
This is a legendary class creature. It's a Terra Kraken.
Gotcha.
It is the largest creature that dwells within the earth.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, if it catches us, I'm gonna need to go get a new pair of pants.
There was a thing that I wrote on here. It's like, if they kill everything, they won't have any problems. If they let any of them go, they will bring the Terra Kraken.
Okay.
Which is basically like a giant earth dragon. That
I'll re-roll the 13. There we go.
is more...
Hey.
Oh, shit. 30.
I re-rolled the 3 to a 20, so
All right.
Natty
continuing
twit.
to follow them.
Yeah, you guys make it to the bottom landing. And up above, you hear more fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Just like you hear like slamming up above.
I was half expecting to hear just Wah!
And then you guys see, as you turn the corner, you see ahead of you a massive construct, probably about 100 feet across, that is just a twist of a bunch of different rings of metal sitting on 4 track rails. They don't seem to be wheels that run across the track rails so much as they do just like a constant turn of different metal bands. Inside you see a bunch of decks of seating, 2 of which are starting to fill up with dwarves, and then the other ones are the materials that they have started piling up. So you guys run over there and you see Tannen, and he's like, you catch stuff. You got. Load up. Grab a rail. Quickly. Gonna be here any moment. And you guys run forward.
Change back before I go on.
You jump up onto this thing, this little like railway, and you see dwarves like running in all directions, and some of them are just running down the halls directly, like the little side guards directly, surface tunnel, in all sorts of directions. And you see this massive thing, as you get into it, instead of having seats, it just has foot hooks where you place your feet in. You see the dwarves just dig their feet directly into the hooks and just sort of grabbing these poles like a train, like a subway train, just like ready to go. But they need the foot hooks, and you see like this burly dwarf is just holding the thing, saying, "God, I hate John rails. The worst form of travel ever invented." And he's just got himself holding, grabbing it, as ready to go.
What is the pole made out of? Like, is it just a metal rail?
Yeah, it's a big metal rail.
I'm just gonna cast Force Magnetize on like the crook of my elbow and put it around so I can hold the egg and the ingot at the same time.
Yeah, Tannen grabs him. He's like, "We need to be really careful. Most dwarves don't like traveling by the rails. It's very dangerous. A lot of our weaker dwarves have let go, and we've lost a lot of dwarves to the gyro. It basically turns them into putty.
This seems like a terrible way to get anywhere.
But it's quick."
Worth it.
As you guys are sitting there, the panic starts to sink in as the entire place starts to shake. He's like, "We're about to take off." Locke, are you still just a blood cloud?
I think I'm gonna look for like.
How many
make my way
dwarves have
around
run
for
through
a
this blood
container.
cloud?
That way I don't take up a seat.
So many, they're all marked.
So I don't take up a seat. I'm just gonna like find a container to chill in.
Well,
Make me
Cool,
a
like a trap.
100.
You found a condolier.
well, I was gonna say coincidentally before we go, I was gonna take a swig of my whiskey.
9. You can't find a container that you can really slide yourself into.
Not even Mood's clean hole. Just kidding. All right. Well, then I'll.
Currently, it's starting to fill up with dwarves. Although
Wait, what's filling up with dwarfs? Moon's clean hole or the thing?
no, damn it, the fucking there's only about 20 hook holds per deck. So you see that on the deck that you guys are currently on, it's basically full. And the bottom one is completely full. So there's only a few seats left. So if you want to try to grab one, you can. Otherwise, you're just going to have to blood cloud your way to safety.
200 miles is kind of a long way. Yeah, I'll turn back into a person.
Okay.
And
As you
grab
start
one.
to settle in, there's like this little dwarf that's just about to get into the hooks as you form into the hooks, and the dwarf's just like,
Oh.
"Holy crap!"
I'll look at Ro and be like, "So how many dwarves do you think you can fit in your item storage?"
None.
It's full.
And as you guys,
You hear that? You hear that, dwarves? She cares more about her items.
They do too. But Roa
you guys are
turn-
talking, and then suddenly there's this massive crash behind you. Rocks spew out, and dust fills the entire chamber.
Roa turns into a cat real quick and digs her claws into, let's say, who's got like some kind of
I've got
fabric
bear
armor?
fur, but it's on
You've got-
fire.
Oh yeah.
Fabric.
I'll
not
find
sure.
somewhere to dig my claws into.
I was gonna say just try and latch onto like a leg, just like.
Yeah.
You just get
I
into
can just-
Aramil. He's just full of cloth.
Shadow walk. I'll just get in somebody's shadow.
Oh yeah, you just lock yourself into.
So
Owen's shadow.
it'll free up a hook for the dwarf that Locke displaced.
Okay, that little dwarf just comes and takes your place. It's like, oh, Lockpin, I'm not survive.
I was gonna willingly. I was gonna willingly.
It's still gonna
offer my
fall
leg-
off.
I was gonna willingly offer my leg for you to claw into, just because.
But what if you let go?
Just because you saved my life before.
Aw.
If you let go
Yeah.
though.
As you guys are
Whee!
locked in, he's like, Donna's like, conductor, take us away, please. And then suddenly, the different metal bands start to twist in different directions. all
Can we
around
see it
one
yet?
another.
Like, has it bursted through, or is it
Currently,
still
the
just?
entire thing is filled with dust because of the giant crash behind you. What are you saying?
Can I
Luke?
tell if the terravores have stopped moving?
Yeah, they're dead.
Are they still marked?
Yes.
Can I use them as little grenades?
Sure.
It's not gonna do anything, but it's just to distract him, because I'm presuming he's eating them or eating them.
They've already been eaten, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
one
so here we go.
straight.
He'd have to probably roll a 1. But blood burst. This just blood burst him.
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't figure. But just like a little pop, like rock candy.
I mean, it's
Pop
inside of him, but his fortitude is just so high.
Right, it's really good.
Just
It's like
a-
eating pop rocks. That's about it.
behind you, as the dust starts to clear and as the gyro rail starts to twist and turn, and just starts picking up energy. You guys can see like little bits of electricity sort of rushing around it. Looking through just the blur of electricity and the turning gyro, you see coming through is just this massive maw that's just like cuts through the wall and just takes chunks of rock and metal straight through, ripping out support beams. Looking at it, it's massive. Probably
Can I
the
use
size
skill at it?
larger than the entire size. You can use whatever. You can use skill at it, sure.
Like as soon as it's like, just like, let's see if we can do anything.
Because this is a level 150 creature, roll a d6.
Everybody or just one of us?
Just Owen because of what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
3.
3. Okay, I will tell you 3 skills. Planetary Devourer.
Oh.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Terror of the Terra Kraken.
Got it.
And let me give you a basic common skill.
Light armor proficiency.
Light armor proficiency.
Heavy hit level 10.
Yeah, heavy hit. Yeah, let's do heavy hit level 10. Yeah, right.
All right, so I get to choose 3 words from that, right?
Not the level 10.
Not the level.
I just imagine Terra Kraken Devour.
That's exactly what I was going.
Yeah.
Terror Kraken, devour. I need a 3rd word though. I have. Is it up to?
World.
Cut and paste
Devour-
up to 3. Yeah, but that. How about just
Devourer of Terra Kraken.
But that's
or
very
dev-
specific because then it's stuck for just Terror Kraken usage.
Sure.
But what was the second one? The terror one? What was the terror?
Terror of the Terra Kraken.
Planetary terror.
Terror of
Devour.
Devour.
I think I was gonna steal I think I'm just gonna steal his planetary devour.
Planetary Devour?
Yeah.
Okay. As he's like chewing, he just goes
I feel like he can't
ripping
eat
through
anymore.
the rock, and then suddenly as he starts to crack back and pulls his teeth from the rock, it just sits there wailing in the tunnel. And then its eyes, like, burning. You see the shape of this thing for the first time. It looks like a massive, like, underwater whale. Like what you would imagine a whale to look like, but instead its mouth being filled with little rows of whatever little, grabbing the minimal bacteria and small fish filter that it has going on. It has just massive serrated teeth just in a big circle like a great sandworm. And its entire back half and torso just looks like that of a giant squid, just with like an infinite number of tentacles that was using to propel itself through the rock.
Oh, it's just gonna kind of like.
And as you take it away from it, it immediately looks at you. And you can tell through the haze and the blur that it is staring right at you.
Just gives like a half wave, like.
The energy continues to whir, and then suddenly, the thing starts to whir and is about to take off. He's gonna take one attack directly at you.
Oh shit! I feel like he hits almost everyone trying to do this though.
Okay. No, I'm gonna do these 4d4 without any of his bonuses to see if he can get you before the thing takes off. So
Gotcha.
You do your full thing.
Which full thing?
Your d20 plus your evasion.
Oh, okay. D20. I am so fucked.
Can Roa from the shadows
No.
see any?
You have no idea what's going on right now. It's all dust and shit. You have no idea what he did.
All right, so it was a D20 plus evasion. All right, how many rerolls I got left? It's per 5 points of total luck, right?
I just had a great idea that I should have done earlier. Fuck.
So there's one. That's the first roll. The 67.
67?
Let's see if I can make this better. Nope, that's one reroll. Nope, that's 2 rerolls. I'm keeping track. Fuck. That's 3 rerolls. I've got 2 left.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Roll 20. Someone else roll like a D100 really quick, just to curiosity. I just want to see if it breaks it. Yeah. What the? Okay, and last one. Okay, so the best number is 67.
One of its tentacles zips out straight through into the gyro and stops it for a moment as it grabs directly next to you a small dwarf. You can see at the end there's just this blade that just rips straight through into his chest. And he looks, and this was in the spot where Locke was standing before. And just ripped straight back.